stop me now. No one can 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 stop me now.
welcome everyone to another exciting day of OWCS Korea. Extra exciting day because today things matter so much. Things matter so much. Top 2 seed already waiting for tomorrow. And of course, my name, G Clef, unknown here. Already the top 2 seed waiting for the winners of today. And the first place actually gets to select whoever wins from the 2 matches that we have tonight. So it's going to be a very wild ride. That's what I'm thinking today.
Yeah, exactly. So 4 teams fight the right to play Crazy Raccoon and Poker Face, which has been very surprised during the seeding matches as well. So, like you said, those two teams are awaiting at the second round of the playoffs. While today is going to be all and done for the first round of playoffs. If you lose today, you don't have a second chance because this is not going to be a double elimination format.
Yep, of course not. That's why we had the seeding deciders last week. Juno, some teams 100% utilizing Juno, some teams not really, about 50% in some maps not. But we've seen a little difference between the regions. Japan really likes to use Juno, basically with everything on all maps with some different supports. Korea, some teams liking it, some teams not really using Juno as much. So we will see because they also got about 5 more days of break before we actually head it back in. But it matters a lot. Crazy Raccoon and Poker Face, they will be watching at home thinking, Crazy Raccoon especially is like, who do we want to select? That one. Raccoon still undefeated. They got map losses. That's the big news. They lost maps. But
exactly. So
no one's able to beat them yet.
Well, Zeta Division, to everyone's surprise, they've been surprising everyone in both good ways and bad ways in a sense that Zeta Division, they're 0-3 in the seeding deciders. Nobody even saw this coming in because we thought when we were going into the seeding deciders, we were like, okay, nobody's going to beat Crazy Raccoon, and then it's going to be Zeta Division because Zeta Division, they basically beat Falcons. They are de facto the second best team in Korea.
Yep.
But what do you know? They lost all 3 of their seeding deciders, and now they're in 4th, so they have to start the playoffs in round 1, but they made gods bleed, and they were the only team that made Crazy Raccoon drop maps in 2 maps in that.
Yes, it was close. I almost thought it was going to be them taking the entire thing. Oh, my guess that a lot of you guys watching this thought, first Raccoons, so let's just put them up there. Falcons, Zeta Division, 2nd, 3rd.
A little bit.
And very likely Poker Face 4th. It was pretty much what you expected out of the seeding matches, but it's not the case. Poker Face with that 2-1. I think they have shooken up the things. They shook up the things a lot already. So we will see. Of course, we will not get to see those 2 teams. Raccoons, Poker Face has to face against the opponent that Raccoon doesn't choose tomorrow. Yeah. So without those 2 teams.
I wouldn't want to say leftovers, but yes, they get the leftover team from whoever wins today.
Yeah, so Raccoons will likely to choose a weaker team coming out of today. Yeah, that's going to matter. And the big news, are any of the 2 teams from the LCQ, HaeJeokDan, Fnatic, are they actually going to pull it through because we have some really strong teams waiting for them? Falcons and Zeta Division.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be a big test for these 2 teams because it looks like there's like a really big tier break between, like, of course, there's like a huge tier break between Crazy Raccoon and the rest. And then there's Team Falcons, Zeta Division, and Poker Face. And there is like a semi-strong tier break in between those teams as well. And then you have HaeJeokDan and Fnatic. Fnatic should, on paper, like we've been talking about this all season, at some days they look like they can beat or be on par with some of the best teams in the world, but on some days they have a hard time going against teams like Vec or Old Ocean. So it's really interesting to see how Fnatic, especially for me, Fnatic's going to be the, I guess, name of the game today on which Fnatic we'll be expecting. HaeJeokDan, again, this team on paper, they have talented members, but I think that in terms of tactical flexibility, they are a little bit lacking. When their plan A doesn't work, it doesn't work at all for them. If their plan A works, it works perfectly. It's a good day for them. So let's see if they also brought some new tricks along their sleeves, because they did have some time, like you said, 6 days is ample time enough to prepare a surprise. So let's see if they have something to surprise us.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. A surprise factor might be what might exactly be what is needed for them to get off to the top 3 spot. All we are looking for, of course, champion the best. But to get to Asia, top 3 from Korea, that matters so much. And the 4th seed also gets a chance to on the wild card. And last season, the 4th seed from Korean region did stomp the other regions 3rd.
Yeah.
That was a fact. So very likely we'll making it into Asia, but you never know. You never know.
Well, yes, but it is still very important that you make it through today, because today, if you make it through today, you make it top 4, right?
Yes.
So you are basically guaranteed at least a wild card slot for OWCS Asia. And why OWCS Asia is so important is that you get international experience. Not only do you get international experience, you also get a shot for that end of the season major at Stockholm. You get, I mean, who doesn't like a trip to Europe?
I would like a trip to Europe.
You don't?
I would like.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yes. I always like visiting Europe. Anywhere. Anywhere, especially Germany and
Really?
anywhere else, to be honest. Yes. So I would like a free trip, of course. But these players actually fighting for that. You get an opportunity to fight for the extra prize money.
Exactly.
Or else you sit at home and practice for the next season, which I don't know when the next season is going to be. So given that, I think you do want to go for that major and contest against the other regions and check out some of the other players. Also face against them, get a better idea of how you can play Overwatch better. I think it just broadens you up as a player overall. So you certainly do want to get at least a top 4, top 3 in Korea, and that will matter. The 2 teams will drop from today. And Falcons, ZETA, I do have to say they're very strong favorites of today's matchup. Even though Fnatic was really good. Falcons, one problem, control map. That is it. That is exactly it. Other than that, their win rate is actually very high, 70-something%.
I do also have to point out Flashpoint that for some reason Falcons are struggling a lot in control and Flashpoint. So this is probably, if you're Fnatic, I think this is a really good point that you've mentioned, is that what world does Fnatic beat Team Falcons today? And they definitely have to start with control. Of course, Falcons being the higher seed, they understand that one of their biggest weaknesses is going to be control. They probably picked a control map that they would be more comfortable in. But if you just look at the math here, just the statistics, Fnatic, they're pretty okay. Their win rate's pretty okay in control, given that their overall record is 3-4 in the round robin. They have a 5-4 record in control, and Falcons 5-5 in control. Of course, like 50% ain't that bad, you might say, but you're looking at a team that's 5-2, and also just you're expected to win all of your matches and maps. Then 5-5 control. This is the map that you need to get your wins on, and also Team Falcons, they're 2-3 in Flashpoint, so this is kind of the weak spot for Falcons as well. So if Fnatic, they get a chance to pick their map, which means that they lost the previous map, then it's likely going to be Flashpoint that Fnatic will choose. And also, Fnatic has a really good, new, surprising-ish composition in New Jung City with that. They've been showing it, the Junker Queen with the Venture, so they've been using it to great effect, so maybe that's going to be their choice, but we'll see, and here's our map pool.
It's been revealed, and Falcons got a chance to see it, and it's been a lot of days, 5 days at least.
Yeah, so
since
that's
that time,
ample time.
So we'll see. We'll see if they are ready for it, but the good thing is that Falcons, they get to choose the map for the control. So higher seed gets to choose the first map. So that is going to be one benefit given to the Falcons and ZETA division. And good thing, because Falcons, they do want to play on a better map they prefer to play on. So I think that's what you get from the seeding matches. Fnatic, though, I think that's really the one. They've been struggling not just on one map, Falcons. So I think regardless of which control map we go into, I think Fnatic should still be looking for that big win.
Alright, here are Falcons themselves. Coming into the fray, this is just basically a superstar roster. You look at every one of these players, a lot of a lot of trophies under the belt as well. Heavily favorites for today's matchup, but And also, they have been, earlier on in the season, they have been a little bit, I guess, reluctant to rotate their roster towards their strategic needs within the series, but they look like they improved on that front. Let's see if this really matters, because Team Falcons, as favorites as they might be, this might be their last series of the season.
Falcons, they have a lot more to prove than Fnatic. They were not even supposed to be playing today if they expect from the expected results of what they started with Stage 2, even the end of Season 1. So I think they certainly want to prove with a 3-0 for Falcons, and Fnatic, everything against them to stop this here. 5-minute roster, of course, 8v5, unfair you can say, but Overwatch 5v5, that's all you need. And I think Donghak, especially from Fnatic, will be tested against Hanbin and Smurf today.
Yeah, and look at Hanbin and Smurf. The name tags itself prove that this is a elite roster in itself. And looking at the damage starts today, it's going to be Proper and Stalker. Early on in the season, Team Falcons have been preferring to start happy. It's not going to be this case. More recent days, we have been seeing Proper and Stalker starting. This kind of implies maybe something like a Tracer Pharah of some kind, and also the ever-reliant, reliable fielder Chio on the backline as well. And here's Fnatic's roster.
Yep. Oh, no Happy. The hit specialist who kicked in from week 2, 3. Week 1 and 2, less than week 3. And has been Proper Stalker since then, kicking into more serious the OG comp. Has been working a little better. I think Happiness can still kick in whenever we hit other maps where you can have a lot more Ashe, a lot more Cassidy. That's going to be the Falcons. And Fnatic, Knife and Checkmate. These two, sometimes not 100% coordinated, but when they're synchronized, they click and the dynamite just blows. The insane power of DPS lineup for Fnatic. And we did the interview at the venue. Quest, take it away for those translations.
안녕하세요. 아나운서 이시윤입니다.
Thank you very much, G-Clef. We are here with the
네,
first
반갑습니다. 자, 오늘
team rep
첫
interview of the day, of
경기가
course.
펼쳐집니다.
This is being
Fnatic,
the
그리고 팀
quarterfinals
팔콘의
match
경기가
of the
펼쳐지게 됩니다. 자,
playoffs.
오늘 경기 시작 전 팀 팔콘의
We have the two
스모크
team
선수,
reps on
프나틱
stage
이재동
for Team
선수와
Falcons and
인터뷰
Fnatic.
진행해보도록 하겠습니다. 자,
But
먼저
first,
프나틱 팀에게 질문 드리도록 할게요. 자,
well, I guess there was no
경기에서는
introductions,
항상 볼넷
but
컨디션이
we have
나오지
HaeJeokDan
않아서 좀
and
아쉽다라는
Smurf on
반응들이
stage.
많았습니다.
And
왜
the
이렇게
first question goes to
기복
Fnatic.
되는 걸까요?
Of course, Fnatic is struggling to get a win over Team Falcons, so what happened? I think that because our team, it hasn't been long since this roster has been formed, so I think we'll be able to show up today. And on the flip side, of course, Team Falcons have a very good win rate against Fnatic ever since the days of Yeti. So, can you tell us the secret behind it? And I think that it's because we instilled fear since the Yeti days. So that's why I think we are strong. Of course, for both teams, the losers go home, while the winners continue their journey in the playoffs. So is there a special plan prepared for today's match?
팬분들이 생각하시기에도 의아한 조합이 좀 나올 수도
I think that
있다고 미리 얘기 드리고 싶어요.
I want to give a little spoiler saying that we have prepared some team comms that will make your heads tilt a little bit. So please look forward to that. And as for Team Falcons,
일단 최근에는 제가 게임하는 걸 많이 보셨을 텐데 첫 세트부터 이제 한빈 선수가 나온 거를 보시고
and of course Hanbin was the one.
봐주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Of course, Smurf was the one starting for map 1, but Hanbin will be starting. So please look forward to it.
이번 시즌 마지막 경기가 될 수도 있는 중요한 경기인 만큼 마지막으로 한 말씀씩 들어보도록
So again,
할게요.
can you please share your resolutions, as this may very well be your last match for the stage.
지고 싶지 않기 때문에
I really don't want to lose this
2대5로
match.
지고 있다 해도
So
응원해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
if we are down, even if we're down 0-2, please continue to cheer us on very hard so that we can make the reverse sweep.
오늘 각오 한마디씩 들어볼까요?
And as for Team Falcons,
저희도 마찬가지로 지면 안 되는 경기이기
Of course,
때문에
we also cannot lose this
똑같이
match.
저희도 최선을 다하면서
So
좋은
we are
결과
going to
있도록
give it
하겠습니다.
our very best and make sure to produce good results.
오늘 첫 번째 경기가 펼쳐지게 됩니다. 지금까지 팀 팔콘의
And that was the
선수,
first
프나틱의
team rep
이재곤
interview
선수와 인터뷰 진행해
of the day
봤는데 오늘 첫 번째
between
경기 많은
Smurf and
기대
HaeJeokDan.
부탁드리면서 첫 번째 경기
So,
이제
and before we head into the first match, G-Clef and Unknown, take it away.
Thanks, Quest, for the translations. Oh, I'm excited. Fnatic's got something for us in the way, and I hope it's Lightweaver.
I would be very surprised if it was Lightweaver though, but yes.
Maybe not on control, maybe in the later maps.
It looks like Fnatic did cook something in the kitchen. I'm definitely interested to see what they have, but this is what Fnatic needs right now. Fnatic on a mirror matchup. They look like they won't be able to beat Team Falcons at the current moment. If you just look at how they've been doing throughout the season,
Okay.
I would definitely like to see the changes coming in from Fnatic, because I think in the recent matches against Vec, they're kind of like tinkering. It looked like they were tinkering with the support duo a little bit, and I really liked how HaeJeokDan was also sometimes playing the Juno as well, and because as good as these two players are, HaeJeokDan and Izayaki, they have been struggling a little bit throughout the season. And also, I've heard from some teams that, hey, if you go against Fnatic, the primary target is going to be HaeJeokDan, and if you take HaeJeokDan down, then that's how Fnatic kind of dissolves. And it has been the case for a lot of the seasons. If the backline managed to survive, Fnatic looks pretty good. Like, especially Checkmate on that
Yeah.
Pharah pick looked solid. Knife looked solid on the DPS as well. Donghak, of course, sometimes struggling if their backline is not available to keep him alive. But if the backline is there, Donghak can fare for himself. I mean, I'm not blaming HaeJeokDan nor Izayaki for Fnatic's troubles, but it is true that the backline has been a prime target for the side of whoever that's going against Fnatic, and if they found some sort of composition that they can keep their backline safe, then this might be a start of a new, I guess, comeback, redemption arc for Fnatic.
Yeah, that's been the case for many of the lower standing teams in Korea. The backline got cut off so many times. Sorry to bring it up again. Old Ocean. The backline was always a target, always a target, and also showing some support diff between the team. DPS, they can be on fire, sometimes a little cold, but when you dive into the backline, whether they survive or not, because the meta has been that way for many cases, especially since that Winston slightly nerfed, but still Winston does the job.
Yeah.
It's mostly for the damage and also displacement from their original position.
Yeah, talking about hero updates here, patch notes, the Tesla cannon for Winston was nerfed a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah,
but
five less. That's not much.
yeah, still, like sometimes though, it might be making a difference, but not most of the time. It's not like
okay.
a
The monkey was a
game-changing-
little too strong already. I honest words from G-Clef.
Yeah, and then also Ashe and Sombra were targeted for nerfs as well. Juno is a little bit of a retool. Fire rate increased, but damage like per bullet was a little bit nerfed. In the end, I think this is a quality of life buff for Juno, so I would expect a little bit more playtime for Juno, like we've been seeing in the Pacific and Japanese regions.
I think the biggest from this mini patch that we had is actually Ashe. Because Ashe was slightly nerfed, other DPS shows up a little. Even we got to see a little bit of Hanzo, a lot more Sojourn, depending on the map. It's not that Sojourn was buffed. Oh, previous patch was buffed, but the railgun still not as much. The energy, of course, rises up a little faster, but because Ashe, the higher tier was nerfed, the 1.25, 1.5 tier, Cassidy, Sojourn, and a few other DPS are actually, they were on the same slot. It's just that Ashe was brought down. So you have a lot more heroes to actually use on multiple maps.
Good point, as in a sense that if like the single meta pick is nerfed, then some, I guess, lower heroes on the tier list, heroes that are lower on the tier list come up, and also the Sojourn pick I've been hearing from teams is that its combination with Juno is really good, like the extra
is.
mobility and also Juno's ultimate charges up pretty quickly, and once you have the overclock ready, usually you have the orbital ray at the ready as well. If you combine those, it just provides enough boost for that railgun to register for the squishy kills. So we've been seeing a lot more Sojourn as well. Interesting to see whether the Korean teams will adapt to that as well.
The Sojourn's to continue on to Sojourn, especially good with the power slide. One of the few DPS that you can actually escape quickly out of the dive. And with a power slide, you can go so far that they might need to even use the teleport from Symmetra to catch. Or, yeah, except for that, there's not with just the jump and the Juno hyper ring and some boost from Lucio. It can be tough chasing all the way down to Sojourn, and in the way you will take a lot more damage. So it will be risky chasing all the way back. Joined with the support. So Sojourn, I think, is going to be one of the safer picks going into the playoffs. Starting from the last region, we got to see a little bit more from Japan, also slightly from Pacific.
Yeah, and also looking at the tank matchups right now, compared to like what we've been seeing in the other regions, it looks like we're seeing a big variety of hero rosters from the Ramatra. We've been seeing a lot more Ramatra more recently.
Yeah, even on Circuit Royale, a lot more Ramatra than Sigma.
Circuit Royale looks like the meta is actually shifting because
of Juno, right?
Yeah, exactly. For previously it was just Sigma with the hit scans and whose hit scan gets each other first, and now it's more like Ramatra with Maze and also Adventurers on the roster as well. So yeah, I think the meta is shifting, especially on Circuit Royale, but even in maps that are not in Circuit Royale, we see a lot of D.Va, we see some Winston, we even see some a lot more Ramatra, the Mauga as well, but we are going to start the match.
Yes, the stalling is crazy, I know. But the game is ready. Let's go into our first map of Control, the Falcons, Fnatic. Let's see who comes out on top. The loser will get knocked out from the playoffs.
Alright, Fnatic, like we've been saying, this is your map type that you need to start winning. And HaeJeokDan on the Life Weaver that you've been... Okay, I was about to say that I would be very excited to see Life Weaver on the fray, but it is not going to be so, as it's going to be Team Falcons going with the D.Va and main venture, whereas Fnatic, they're starting off with the Symmetra.
Yes, Symmetra also known really good, especially with Juno. As the teleport is skippable, proper catches one early. DJ gone down, he's actually to follow, and the rest of the squad, Falcons, just dominating with this early D.Va, eliminating the damage. Proper just dives in with extra drill. That's a team wipe to start off, and the first cap will come through.
Yeah, I think Team Falcons right now, they're basically their win conditions. They just set their win conditions to be that, hey, we know how to beat Fnatic. We take down their backline first, and then it all starts from there. It is also going to be HaeJeokDan going to be the victim for the first pick on that first fight as well.
Couldn't catch anyone else. Off to the side, HaeJeokDan created, but no tank for Fnatic. Have taken a lot more damage overall. And Falcons on a push with the wall, looking to isolate extra members. Mei caught dead. And Fnatic, second team fight loss with just HaeJeokDan down on the Falcons, and the ultimate engage looks really good. Falcons never really lost too many. The speed looks pretty good. Handling the teleporter, also well handled for now, as we have some awfully side rotations for Knife.
I mean, this Fnatic, I guess the idea for Fnatic is that they want to close the distance really quickly.
Oh man,
and
that's closing distance from Falcons.
Yeah, so
not Fnatic.
Well, the thing is, Fnatic, they have a really good close-up. Like, they're really strong when they're close-up, but Team Falcons, I think they have been at least given a heads-up for this, because they are also a composition that's also really strong close-up as well. And Fnatic, they're losing their supports early, and they're also just getting focused up really earlier. So this is really good target focus from Team Falcons, and now they have 5 ultimates. This is going to be...
Nano and proper, going all the way in with the Ray coming out from Gio. The barrier and the rally, still not enough. Ray later for Izayaki. Let's see if that pulls out better for Fnatic here.
Still, if there's a good rampage, they still might have a chance. Check me taking out Stalker. Team Falcons losing a big ultimate fight, so Good news for Fnatic, but I don't think Team Falcons should be particularly concerned as they already have 95% plus.
Gambit tosses the self-destruct on the side. No one taken down. And respawns from Falcons should come as we're already in overtime. And there's the flip. Fnatic finally catching their ground a little bit.
Now the big question is whether Donghak's Rampage is going to get any value. There are so many ways that Team Falcons can shut down this value. Rampage through either the wall, the ice wall, or maybe even a sleep, but Fielder is going to go down and is going to be denied the possibility. So this is good news for Fnatic. They need to buy a lot of time because they are they're so behind on point progress here.
Yeah, that was good. Fnatic just with 2 was able to hold all 5 ultimates coming out from Falcons. It was early Ray, and Izayaki's Ray timing seemed really good. Donghak on control, great anti. Maybe a room for the Falcons, and the Donghak would just rampage in towards the back, but which leaves him alone next to Falcons.
He should be able to
survive. He does
which
manage
is
to
good.
survive with a trade.
And also,
not too bad.
And also this was really good in a sense that it denied Fielder the Nano now that he has it, but it wasn't available for the previous fight. So Fnatic, they bought a lot of time, but now this is going to be the real question. Now Falcons, they lost a few fights, they gave a good amount of progress, but now it is their turn to use the Nano and also just start the aggression.
Good anti.
Fnatic knows this, so they are starting up with the ultimates. They want
the
to win this
Blizzard on
fight.
the side with the Nano proper. The barrier, catching the damage. Checkmate ready with the Blizzard. Still the ground being held by Fnatic as they lose HaeJeokDan as I speak.
Losing HaeJeokDan is just so, I guess, detrimental to Fnatic's
Yeah,
chances
some
right
good catch.
now.
Blizzard gone. Checkmate threw that down, but Hanbin is having a quick eat on that. And after the flip, the Hyper Ring right in the middle.
Well, I mean, Fnatic, even despite losing HaeJeokDan, they had to go for this fight because they knew that at 99%, if the flip went there, it would have been overtime, and they needed someone to touch. So they took the fight that they didn't really want to take the fight, but in the end, losing HaeJeokDan early is just, they're not going to win fights with at least one of their backline just dead. So maybe, I don't know if it's going to be an individual effort or whether it's going to be a team composition effort, but they still are exposing the same weaknesses that they have been exposing throughout the previous few weeks. They have to keep HaeJeokDan alive, they have to keep Izayaki alive in order for them to have a chance.
Yeah, you might say, oh, it's HaeJeokDan again dead first. No, it's not the case. It's because he was getting focused and proper just diving into the back. Izayaki, of course, Juno can jump and just glide away, so it's harder to catch. So the one left target is Brig. So that's why HaeJeokDan fell first over there.
Again, it's not necessarily 100% HaeJeokDan's fault. It's just that Team Falcons, they understand their win conditions and they're executing it really well. And it needs to be a team effort for the side of Fnatic to keep their backline alive.
Proper Genji. Interesting choice coming out from the Falcons. Like it. Checkmate. Knife. Taking off to the side. Fnatic ready. Ooh, knife taken down. Hanbin with that head. Says, I can play Jungle Queen a little better. We'll see how this duel goes between Donghak and Hanbin. Off the side, good catch. Wanted to have a way out, but couldn't rotate. This is one of the disadvantage if you're stuck in this room.
The good news for Fnatic is that Team Falcons, they haven't registered on the point yet, so this is not going to be as big of a deficit for point mileage yet.
Yes.
But the big question is going to be, the big problem for Team Fnatic is that Team Falcons, they will be having their ultimates really quickly. Fielder already almost at 80% on that Kitsune Rush, which is probably going to be used to start up the fight. And before, Fnatic has to win a fight in order to just gain access to the point, which is going to be really hard for Team Fnatic right now.
It's rough. Izayaki close to that over the Ray. Come very soon. Dynamite couldn't cut. Oh, Gio down early with the quick rush from Fnatic. Early rampage, really? I've been looking for those double, triple. Can they turn this? It's their Fnatic with the Bob.
Fnatic
double ultimate.
Fnatic doesn't have any sort of sustain, so it's going to be very difficult for Donghak to survive. But I think he got the mega. He is taken down in the end, but it did take quite a long time.
There was a flip, but they dragged out the fight long enough that the respawns actually came back for Falcons. And immediately after, it seems likely. Oh, this May is actually holding the point for a long time.
Yep, and
Oh,
taking
another
out
ice
Proper,
wall.
So Fnatic might actually be able to make this work out. Hamden.
Yeah, this is going to be a long brawl, not just a skirmish inside. Chio just hits that barrier.
Oh, that was a good rampage. And although Chio did use the sound barrier to try to keep everyone alive, it's not going to be as fortunate for Team Falcons. And this is a really good play from Team Falcons in a sense that they had control of the point. And the longer the fight went, it's the more mileage that they were catching up. And because of this fight, thanks to this fight, they are now in the driver's seat for this night market in general. But what a big rampage!
That's a huge
from
rampage. And the Blizzard together, but the damage a little faster with the Blade and the Genji on Proper. It was a big moment. And Fnatic with the huge stall from Checkmate. I thought Fnatic was able to grab this one out of the Falcons' pockets, but it seems like with that rampage and the Blade, they've got it under control. 50%. Will be having their percentages back here, Fnatic.
Now what Fnatic wants to do is that they probably just want to wait out for the orbital array to be online, and then they want to use
Genji
it
versus
on their
Genji?
entrance. Team Falcons, they know that they don't have the ultimate, so they are defending far forward. They're looking for picks. If they do find a pick, that means that it will be that much delayed for Fnatic, and also Team Falcons will be having time to get their ultimates online. There's that orbital array.
I've been getting focused. A Proper on the other side takes out Knife. 1-1 traded, but without the Jungle Queen, let's see Fnatic going back into the point for the capture.
I think both teams are doing really well, considering all things considered. And
Nice hit.
They're working towards
Clean victory for
Yeah.
the Fnatic here, as a lot of ultimates just put down from the Falcons. They thought they had a chance to come back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, once again, back to the point, I think both teams are really working towards their win conditions right now. Fnatic knew that they were the only ones that that had the ultimate. Good use from Izayaki to make that orbital array into full effect. Team Falcons, they still don't have their ultimates. They will probably have that sound barrier during that fight. Fnatic, this is now going to be their turn to have that forward defense and try to find a pick before and dissuade Team Falcons from using their ultimates and winning the fight, because in a normal fight, Team Falcons with the sound barrier would be expected to win. There is that sound barrier.
Speed up and the barrier. Go sign for the Falcons, and the Dongak just hits that rampage onto 2, which will just get the barrier out Proper. In the meantime, takes out 2. Bob on the other side, Knife down. Fnatic, they do have 99%, so one more hit. They do need to reach. Checkmate!
Oh, Checkmate trying to be a very big hero here. That was a very big hero play from Checkmate. Let's see if this actually works out. Proper, on the other hand, doing the same thing, but it's going to deny anyone on the side of Fnatic from touching. And Team Falcons, it was, I guess, a little bit, I would say, both teams did, at least it looks like both teams understand what they need to do. It was a little bit better on the execution on the side of Team Falcons, thus the Team Falcons win.
Classic Genji moment. Well, it was the time. It was the moment where you say, "Okay, I've got the blade. If I drop, well, no one else is gonna hit the spot anyhow in time. So I might as well just try." You bring out the blade, slash through, and then fall down.
As much as it looked really, questionable, it did make sense, like you said. Somebody needed to touch the point. Everyone was in spawn. So Genji needed some way to get his body in the point as well. And he's just going to get focused after being on the point, because he's the only one on the point. So... And he had that Dragon Blade, so maybe by getting a pick or two, or maybe if he gets a lucky deflect, a well-placed deflect, then he might be stalling long enough for the rest of Team Falcons to come back. Unfortunately, it was just that Team Falcons, they shut it down really quickly. So and also Proper was really, I guess, credit to Proper for also, a single kill Dragon Blade may not be the best value, but still, if you're taking out potentially who is going to touch the point, that is definitely worth it.
Yeah, before that, Proper had a really nice blade. I believe about 3K or 4K. But the important thing is that Falcons got to win on control. And that's going to be the start of Fnatic having a rough moment, as Lijiang Tower was 2-0. And we will take a short break. When we come back, second map on the way. And welcome back, ladies and gents. Playoff time for Korea. Falcons, luckily, they were able to get slightly higher percentage on their win rate on the control now. But Fnatic gets to choose the map and the mode and the side.
Yeah, so like I said, it's probably,
Close.
I would say,
Junkertown, right?
New Junk City.
100% Junkertown.
Yeah, I would say New Junk City.
Are you listening to me?
No,
No.
I wasn't, but no. It would be the funniest thing in the world if Fnatic goes for Dorado and they lose again, because that's what they've been doing in the first few weeks. That would be the funniest thing in the world. But of course, when the stakes are this high, I think that it would be logical to go to either Flashpoint or maybe push, because if you look at their push rates right now, it looks like that's the only. Oh, I don't think those are win rates. Are they win rates?
What?
The on the screen right now.
0-0?
Yeah, I don't think that's win rates. But
Yeah, no number means it was not played. Well, I don't know if we're talking about that or not.
oh well, I mean the number, like how high or lower the numbers were on the graphic.
Ah, okay.
But it is gonna be Runasapi, so it's not like the ideal map in my opinion. I guess of course.
I like it.
Yeah,
personally.
I mean I like the map personally.
Dongak's Jungle Queen, certainly a map, plus some Sojourn potential. I like it. And I think this is the map where Fnatic will really throw us off. Like, maybe a Roadhog, a Reinhardt, Life Fever, I don't know. But Fnatic said something on stage and I will count their awards for it. If it doesn't come out, man, I'm not going to cheer for Fnatic next season.
All right, Fnatic, if you heard that, of course we don't have a 3-minute delay on this one. Yeah, heed G-Clef's words, guys. But at least I have faith in HaeJeokDan. Let's see whether he has something very special under his sleeves, because they might need it. They don't have a lot of they don't have many chances remaining.
Yeah, they might. Fnatic still should start with the original comp, maybe switch into the weird, awkward comp that they have prepared for the day, but no more waiting. Runasapi is the second map. Let's get into it. Falcons leading 1-0. And we'll see in 15 seconds. Do they really want to use that Life Fever or not?
That's a very impressive drawing over there, and proper just doing proper things.
Torbjorn
over there.
Genji. I like it. Genji with the Jungle Queen. It's a good dive. Very high skill cap, but it's proper. We're talking about.
I think that Fnatic is still going with this Brig Juno composition, as if you all remember Jotes here, it used to be Brig Lucio, and then Juno is just going to be the replacement of the Lucio in this instance.
So checkmate on Mei.
And what they really want to do is that they really want to close down the distance and make it close and personal. But I guess
Nice dynamite.
Yeah, nice dynamite, and also just a lot of hurt.
Yes, it
for
was
Fnatic
caught
over there.
from the pressure. I think Fnatic was just caught in a spot where Falcons really put them into the corner, which was kind of created by the rotation of Fnatic. I think they wanted to control the stairs and maybe steal away the center point, but Falcons are not going to let them do it.
The idea of Fnatic's composition is that they want to close down the distance really quickly, and then they wanted to use the Mei wall to isolate a target and then just divide and conquer. But in this sense, Team Falcon's composition is by no means a weak composition when it's up and close. So Team Falcons, like you just seen, a good dynamite from Stalker, and then everyone just followed suit. Team Falcons will be matching that close quarter combat.
Yes.
Fnatic, I guess they understood this, and they're instantly swapping back to the Genji.
Yep. Checkmate. No more Mei. After the first down, immediately back to Genji, matching against Proper, but which the Blade should be coming soon enough. HaeJeokDan down. I believe that's a big pair up with the Dynamite again, because there was the big AoE damage.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing Fnatic
I'm been caught.
struggling to keep their supports alive, and then after that, this is not really going to work, especially in this composition where you are going as a big chunk, like as a big group and you just want to collapse on the other team, if your support is going to be falling first, and then that means that AoE healing from the Brig Inspire is not just going to work as well, and then there's only so much healing that ZETA can do, and if you're not keeping everyone up and healthy, and you're already close to your enemy, then it's not really good news. Team Falcons doing a lot more damage. They have the ultimate advantage, and it's not going to be easy for Fnatic to come back from this.
Pop early. Just to catch him. What a rampage. Coming out from Frog. Oh, Stalker. Don't exactly know where he was. Not caught in that sound barrier from Chio. The rest of the team was, certainly.
Well, that was a good answer from Fnatic, but in the end, that was a little bit too much ambition.
Oh, checkmate.
Speaking of ambitions, that was also a very ambitious blade from Proper. If it got the value, it would have been a heroic
Checkmate,
play,
knife.
but
Checkmate, knife. And Donghak's back on his favorite hero, Doomfist.
I mean, to be fair, Donghak has been showing some good things on the Doomfist in this map specifically. There also, I remember a highlight where he just punched a Echo in the air out of Oblivion on this map. But yes, it does make sense in that Fnatic, they just understood that this composition that they were running is not going to work, and they're going towards a more dive, I guess, centric composition. But let's see, Hanbin also just swapped to the D.Va. Let's see how this works out.
Ring inside, trapping the back line. Still chasing. Fielder down. So with the Doomfist has an extra power up. With the dive comp. Hanbin Z.Va caught quickly this time.
This is a much better showing from Fnatic right now. And also, you might say that, hey, did you really need the blade for this? But yes, you would, because Fnatic, if you look at how push maps really go, if you're behind, the bot is always in your side of the territory, and even if you win fights, you don't really get any push progress because you win a fight and then all you do is push the bot back to neutral territory. So this was the fight that they needed to get the bot actually in a pushing position, and Izayaki, they're using this momentum to push Team Falcons even further. Team Falcons looking like they are disengaging right now.
There's a check. Fnatic at least hits the first. Matching. And on Hanbin. Early engage. Quick rally from HaeJeokDan. Keeping the back line safe as the barrier is about to break.
Well, checkmate down, but Fielder is going to be traded out, and also Donghak is going to use the get out of jail free card and also use it aggressively. And this is the
Slams
Fnatic.
right into Stalker.
This is the Fnatic that we've been promised.
And that's with basically everything thrown down from Falcons. And because of Donghak's extra dive potential, Falcons are struggling a little bit. As Fnatic will be hitting that mark and leading forward now.
I really like the tempo from Fnatic right now because remember, they are not afraid to use ultimates even in situations that usually you would save these ultimates. But remember, like, how the momentum swings in push means that you would probably happily use a ultimate just to win a fight to get that momentum back. And now look where Fnatic is right now. They were like 0 to 67, and now they just got like 90 meters straight.
It was quickly done, and Falcons ended up changing the team comp 3 times at least. Izayaki pops.
All right,
Early Ray with the torpedo.
This is gonna pose a lot of
Fielder
pressure.
caught! And Donghak's been doing a lot of work on the back line.
Oh, wait a second. Hanbin taking down 2
She got kills?
with the D.Va bomb. I think this is a more recent development where a lot of players are just getting caught off guard on that D.Va bomb. We've seen on other regions as well. This means Fnatic is going to lose a lot of momentum. As I say, Proper is going to be taken down. Okay, then finally, HaeJeokDan is going to be taken down. So Fnatic, they just have to back down.
Yeah, it was okay. I think it was going to be a reset anyhow from Fnatic. 105 meters pushed from 3 quick team fights down to 330. Falcons, their chances. But a lot of ultimates from the Falcons just thrown away within the last few team fight. Has to be careful. Block on the way. Donghak got Meteor Strike.
Now this is Fnatic's turn to do what Team Falcons has been doing to them early game.
Ray.
They can just try to not lose, which means that as long as they can lose team fights as long as it's in Team Falcons territory and get a lot of time off and resources off. There is going to be the lead. This is just, yeah, as long as this fight goes long enough, then it's
catch.
good for Fnatic.
What a catch by HaeJeokDan. Proper was about to go down to the ground again. Checkmate. Not willing to use the blade as lost members already. Dropping. This is Izayaki on the back. Hold on, Dongak. Checkmate still there. The backline cut off. So if they can stall this out long enough, they might actually be able to stall this.
Yeah, so if you just look here, Fnatic are going to fall back until they get a group of 5. They're pretty happy with this because they just fought for about like a good minute on the previous fight as well, and that's without Team Falcons getting any meaningful progress on the push bot. Yes, they did kind of push it past neutral, but it's not going to matter and make any mileage here because your win condition on this map type is that you have to push the bot further than Fnatic. Oh, wait
Good
a second,
anti.
this might
Yeah,
change
that's a
things.
good purple on the back. Falcons pushed back. Self-destruct all the way up to the side of the wall to keep yourself. Wait, that was from Stalker.
Well, trades here. This probably favors Fnatic right now. And Izayaki just looking to win this
Yeah, both
one.
raise. Making an intersection in the middle. Stalker still right in the middle. This is the power up that you get as with the Mei. You can block, you can delay so much, and you can get all the benefits from these orbital rays coming down. Falcons with an extra bit of push this time. Checkmate back to Genji.
Well, now if you just look at it, Fnatic has been doing a really good job of kind of denying the push. And yes, Team Falcons did get a few more meters, but still, the timer is at 1 minute. As long as they can keep the casualties to a minimum, as I was about to say.
A shot from Fielder with the Nano and Proper at the same time.
This
That's
is
exactly what Nano does.
bad for Fnatic.
Yeah,
now.
but the Falcons, they still have about 30 meters to catch, and this robot goes slow. So it will be about neck and neck, where we have the last fight territory. If Falcons, maybe they can deliver it 33 seconds.
Yeah, but the thing is that Fnatic probably shouldn't have lost that fight, and now it's going to be like really an important contest. There it is.
Oh, again, what a good catch. Fielder.
Yeah.
Don't got caught.
Don't got caught here, and
That
also
might just be it.
the blizzard there.
Yeah, Proper with the Tectonic, and Stalker still alive.
Well, I think. Wait, did Checkmate just
Yeah, Checkmate was
deflect
down
that? No, Checkmate deflected that blizzard, I think, but it doesn't really mean much because Team Falcons, they are on the back foot now.
Oh, don't got caught against Stalker. Is a mean machine, delivering so much, and again.
Oh, this feels really bad for Fnatic right now. They were in control for the majority, I guess, the latter half of the map, and now what do you know? It's like I guess
And no one nearby. The ice wall blocking the Doomfist from coming in. Sorry to cut you off there at the end, but it is Falcons. If you keep on doing Doomfist things, Falcons, they've experienced against these Doomfist dives for years and years.
Yeah, I still like credit to Team Falcons, but I just can't erase that feeling that Fnatic just kind of gifted it to Team Falcons because, like I said, they have been doing such a good job for the past like 4 to 5 minutes.
Yep.
Because they were in the back foot. They lost because their initial composition didn't work out. Their kind of Jotes-ish composition didn't work, and they swapped compositions to this composition. They were very aggressive, and they actually made a few teamfight wins in a row. So they denied the stall tactic from Team Falcons. They punished them, and they were actually in the lead. They were in a sizable lead, about like 30 to 40 meters. All they had to do is that they were like, hey, you could concede fights. You could have Team Falcons get better fights as long as the bot is in Team Falcons territory. And then it could have been just rinse and repeat. So Team Falcons win the team fight. They take the bot to neutral. Fnatic wins the fight because on the previous fight, they had to force out a lot of resources from Team Falcons, and you win that fight in the neutral. That means you get push again. You push the push bot into Team Falcons territory, and then yes, you could even lose that fight to get the bot back to
Mhm.
neutral. But at neutral, they just gave up the fight. Well, not gave up the fight,
It was-
meaning
there
that
was
they
a-
didn't fight it, but they lost that fight.
Yeah,
that
there
they
was- there was
probably
like
should have
a-
won.
Long dragged out skirmishes
Mm-hmm.
towards Fnatic side when Fnatic was actually doing really well, about 4 or 5 minutes left still.
Mm-hmm.
But the Doomfist was a cool tactic. We know that Tonga can play Doomfist. Falcons, of course, they should know. And sometimes you can make it work, but when you have to go to sleep, well, there's not much to do. Maybe we can dodge it, but we're talking fielder here.
Yeah,
So that was really
definitely.
the two darts and the nano connection. I think that just sealed the movement in the entire game. And that's sometimes fielder, that's exactly what it does as Anna. But that's 2-0 for Falcons. Are they just going to sweep this with a 3-0? We'll have that answer after a short break. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everyone. The Falcons speeding things up with a 2-0 Fnatic. Well, yet to show. It's not something that they have prepared for us. I don't think we've... Runasapi, maybe a little bit. But I don't think that Juno comp was anything special yet. Maybe they will have to go all the way to map number 3 and then show it with the team comp.
If there is one time to show what you've been practicing, maybe it is now, because it might be Fnatic's last map. It might be, but of course, if they, there's always a possibility for a comeback. Like in theory, I think the Neo Jotes, I think on theory would have been okay, but I think Team Falcons were well prepared for that, especially their team composition on Runasapi was really well suited to. I wouldn't say it's a hard counter, but still it can address what the win conditions of Fnatic's composition was, and it's going to be New Junk City now.
Not the Junker Town that I was expecting, but at least we got the junk. Like it, after control, after push, Flashpoint, one of the weaker maps, weaker map types that you mentioned already. Against the Falcons, it does make sense. But against the Venture that we have seen already coming out from the Falcons, it does worry me a little more. Because of rotations, they were always getting caught in the corner. Not just once, and at least once in both in Lijiang Tower and Runasapi. That might just follow on this map too.
Yeah, Fnatic, in their defense, they have seen a little bit more success on those compositions. Of course, it didn't really convert into map wins, but still, they had a really good showing against some of these stronger teams as well. So maybe it is indeed going to be the Junker Queen Venture composition that we've been seeing a little bit. Maybe also combining it with the Jotes backline that we've seen earlier today. But let's see, because Fnatic, if there's any time to shine right now, it is right now, because their tournament lives is on the line.
Match point for Falcons. If they win this map, it will be a quick 3-0 Fnatic. Let's see what they've got. This is your last tournament life. If you can't bring the win against Falcons, it is it for Fnatic. Maybe Genji's. Checkmates Genji is the... Okay, no switch. Nothing else?
Alright, so this is indeed going to be the, I guess, new... I wouldn't say... I need to find a good name for it, so chat, if you have any ideas, let me know. This is kind of like the Space Jotes with the Juno composition, and... Indeed, they also have been using the Venture on this map specifically, but it's going to be Checkmate just blown out of oblivion.
It's always our team Genji. It's blown. Oh, the opponent team's Genji. Oh, but Stalker falls and Knife. And responded back. Stalker at least brings one with it with the dynamite. Proper still alive somehow. It was a pretty good rotation. Cheeky rotation from Fnatic. Trying to get the revenge.
Yeah, I mean, still, this is winnable, especially now that Chio is gone. That this means that that speed boost and a little bit of sustain is going to be absent for the side of Team Falcons. Fnatic, they know this. They are getting their feet on the point right now. It looks like they might be able to register. Yes, and indeed, it's going to be the first capture of the point.
Because the Genji died a little too early. Respawn was really quick. Back, Stalker back with the Cassidy. Chio caught once again. Knife has been really chasing down this back line, trapping them in the middle.
Yeah, these are going to be stagger kills. The Cassidy probably not going to stay alive for long. Stalker, it's interesting to see that Stalker has been going on the scan roll, because usually when Proper and Stalker has been playing together, it has been Proper who was usually the hit scan. But Fnatic, I really like this from Fnatic right now. Of course, it's not a huge... hugely different composition from Fnatic from the past two maps, but the way that they play it is that they are the target acquisition from this team is a lot more improved from the previous maps right now. Looking like initially they're looking for Team Falcons supports, and now DPS is gone.
Oh,
with this one, I think they have
look at
flashpoint
this.
number 1 secured.
That's one with Rally and the Ray. Zambin's Rampage out first. So Fnatic grabbing the first flashpoint out of New Junk City. Like this rotation coming back. Falcons, a little bit of struggle, but that's because Chio died, fell so many. don't have the sound barrier to fight along.
All right, now it's going to be the real test for Fnatic. They do have the rotational advantage, so they will be on establishing defensive positions first, but Team Falcons, they will be having both support ultimates. Fnatic knows this, so
rotation
they
catch.
want to make a
Tectonic.
pick before Team Falcons
That's
actually
close.
do anything.
Here comes the blade from Proper after the disengage, so a lot of their utilities are gone. That's Proper with the triple.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think Fnatic, the idea was good. So they know it, because they know everyone's been tracking ultimates on the other side. They know that they used a lot of ultimates on the previous fight. They didn't. Team Falcons didn't. So Team Falcons has the ultimate advantage. Though, so Knife wanted to dissuade Team Falcons from doing anything by using the ultimate tectonic shock early and getting a pick. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so Team Falcons were not dissuaded into using their ultimates, and that's how Team Falcons got their team win.
Checkmate. Got his own blade. But no sound barrier or the raid to cover himself up. Dongak back with the Winston. Stalker quick for the back. Not really grabbing the kill. Had the room to overextend a little bit on his own. Tectonic
All right,
off the side and the blade.
Well, checkmate. Let's see if that blade can find
On
anything.
Hanbin.
Oh, Hanbin
Got
taking
one.
Hanbin is. Well, I mean, one is still enough, especially if that's going to be on the tank. And
That's
also, Team Falcons used their tectonic
3
shock
HP
as
and
well.
the world against the deflect. Dongak takes out one another. Oh,
Wait
Proper
a
though.
second.
Okay, take him down finally by the monkey.
All right, took a little bit longer than I expected, but Fnatic in the end, it was a good play. They had to use the blade, but also they baited. Well, not baited out, but they forced out the tectonic shock from Team Falcons as well. Stalker moving on to the Pharah. Let's see if Fnatic can find an answer for that. Not a lot of anti-air capabilities from the side of Fnatic. The bright side for Fnatic is that they have both support ultimates, and they are going to use this to full effect as HaeJeokDan is going
Oh,
to
the
use this early.
rampage! Nice block there. Could have been a lot better in the straight line. And Hanbin gets caught right in the middle. Checkmate, and the rest of the team focus firing now. Their own chance to catch this rotation. Fnatic, they want their 99. Stalker back. Hard to catch this guy.
Well, now Fnatic is in a good situation, as I
Early
say.
barrier.
Team Falcons, the only ultimate being the sound barrier. They use it this early. As long as Fnatic can not drop any members out. Now, they didn't Proper with the Dragon Blade, but still, Fnatic has all the ultimates in the world to make a difference here. As long as they don't drop too many members to this Proper Blade, they should be able to secure this one.
Yeah, don't get the blade kill, but still it did the damage. And I'm wondering if that was enough. With Hanbin, no, just Fielder just had to pop that rush. It's not a map ending moment, but still, I think Falcons thought about stalling this one out. Just hold on.
Well, Hanbin's living long enough to get Team Falcons everyone, and if Stalker can get a few picks from this barrage, things might change very quickly.
Dongak back on Doomfist. Quick rotation, Hanbin found.
All right,
And overtime, there's a barrage. Stalker almost gets 1.5.
it takes down HaeJeokDan, but still. All right, trades happening now. Izayaki, they are going to commit, and it looks like Fnatic, they are going to take the second flashpoint, and Fnatic looking good. It's on this, I guess, for the first time in the series. No, I'm lying actually. Runasapi, or like mid Runasapi, they were really good. So, Fnatic putting up a good fight. So this is what I like to see. And now, if you look at the ultimates right now, Hanbin is closing up to that rampage. Checkmate, if he can use that small window of opportunity where Hanbin doesn't have the ultimate, and he does when only Fnatic has the ultimate, and he can make a pick or two and
has to be a
dissuade
good
Team Falcons
blade.
from coming in. And this is going to be
Slams
the prime
in.
opportunity, and Fielder is taken down. So
Yeah,
Fnatic once again showing good composure.
Yeah, good boop to delay that Genji, but on the other side, Knife Donghak already made a really good dive. Attempting against Hanbin. Teammate joining on the backside, so can't overextend a little further. Fnatic got the first cap. Already has 2 points. Looking good on New York City so far. Cassidy back on Stalker. see Hanbin that Rampage ready to go.
So this is going to be the really important fight because if you look at ult values, it's pretty similar. Hanbin has it having the... I was about to say Rampage. Okay, Hanbin cannot afford to die in Team Falcon's side.
That's Barrier. Good timing from Chio.
Well, Fnatic, what they can do is that they can disengage as long as they don't lose Donghak over here.
3-minute Rampage.
It should be fine. Izayaki very low. Okay.
Great timing from Hanbin. So side distract and Proper comes in to clean up on the back.
Alright, so Team Falcons, they used a lot of the key ultimates. They used the beat, they used the Rampage. It paid off. Fnatic, it would have, like, in a perfect world, they probably would have wanted to save those ultimates, especially after that beat. But to be fair, after Team Falcons didn't get any kills after that Chio beat, Fnatic thought this was winnable.
Maoka.
And they committed, but it
less brawly without Chio Proper. Thought about going in a little too much power from the opponents. Just deflect out of this. Not in control, pushing the front line. Hanbin melted down. Checkmate with the strip strike.
Ooh, so this Maoka pick actually working wonders here.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. With the rotation catch, or unless Chio
Fnatic
finds a way
definitely
somehow.
wants to find the touch, whoever is going to touch, and then wants to take him out. Chio is going.
Nope, not gonna touch. Take him down immediately. As the Fnatic, they were covering all sides. Yeah, we thought. I was thinking. Yeah, Fnatic, they were watching both entrances.
Yep, Fnatic looking really, I guess, really good on this map specifically. I was also saying that they had some good moments on Renasapi as well. It just slipped out of their hands, but this time they kept their composure. They never stopped going towards their win conditions until the very end. That was some good awareness from Fnatic, because usually there are so many ways that Lucio could be elusive and go make that touch happen. And if Chio was able to live long enough for everyone on the side to Team Falcons to come, who might have known? Who might have known what happened? But still, good from Fnatic. If they can keep this up, they might have a fighting chance here.
See, this game, Lee Jae-gon, Izayaki, I couldn't really see them on the kill feed doing the damage or getting killed.
On the receiving end.
Yeah, it's the receiving end, because Checkmate Knife, always on par. And Donghak this time, is even with the switch into Doomfist, wasn't diving as much. It was much more of a cover. Of course, Flashpoint, a little different from Runasapi, but a lot more balanced as an tank role for the team. So I think that's one of the big reasons why Fnatic was able to survive. It was really good, looked really clean. Even though Falcons had a lot more utilities, ultimates, Fnatic was somehow just coming on top. It was insanely well done.
Yeah, I really like the aggression. What I really liked about Fnatic's aggression is that even when, like you said, when they were down on ultimates, they knew this, and they were using ultimates quickly away from the point so that they would be able to catch an early pick, dissuade Team Falcons, even with a ult advantage. If you have a numbers disadvantage, then that's something that you have to gamble on. But yes, I really like that aggression from Fnatic. I'd like to see more of that.
That's one down. Can they bring down the Falcons? We'll have that answer in map number 4 after the break. The battle of the Fs. Which one's going to get the real F at the end? It's Fnatic taking one off of Falcons. This might be it for Falcons if there's a reverse sweep. But I still do think Falcons are strong.
Yeah.
But if they keep on playing like they did in Flashpoint, little 0-3, I don't even know what to say anymore on them because we've got Hybrid and Escort map left.
I mean, remember what we said about pre-match is that Fnatic on their good days really look like they can actually beat some of the best teams in the world, and that kind of fits the bill. Fnatic is having a good day, especially on Flashpoint right now, and Team Falcons, well, I wouldn't say that it is even arguable to say that they were one of the best teams in the world. So Fnatic on, I think it really kind of fits the storyline right now, but we have Hybrid and Escort. I can't say that Escort's like the best map type for Fnatic. They're 2-5 in Escort. I guess this kind of like is one of the reasons Team Falcons decided to go for Shambali Monster. In general, I was surprised that they don't go for Dorado because Fnatic has a really bad record on Dorado. But still,
what is it? 0-4?
I think it is 0-4.
I think so.
Yeah, it is 0-4.
It's just a 0%, and like how many losses? 4.
And the funny thing is that Fnatic chose all of them. But anyways, Shambali Monster Escort. I think that this is a sound pick for the Team Falcons. Maybe they want to go with something like a Pharah or the like.
Yes.
We've been seeing Stalker on the Pharah a little bit on the latter stages of New Junk City, but in the end, Team Falcons, I believe that they have a plan. Fnatic, also, maybe it kind of dissuades Fnatic from playing the Junker Queen Jotes meta, because also, especially on the first point, it's really hard to get access on the high ground over there.
I think Pharah will be the key. Checkmate has shown its power. We'll see what happens. Shambali Monastery, map 4. Falcons' choice after that loss. A huge, devastating 0-3 loss on New Junk City. And all they need is a map to move into the next. And we don't know who they're fighting yet.
Yep, and they don't have their fates in their hands, to be honest. They have to be picked up by they either have to be picked up by Crazy Raccoon or they don't and then have to play Poker Face. So, but they still have a very strong Fnatic to beat yet, and they were looking really strong in New Junk City. But we have a pause here. Likely looking like it's from Team Falcons. I'm not really sure.
No, Falcons are looking at the other side. I think it's likely from Fnatic.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe not. Maybe neither. Maybe it's an issue on us. No, they're all playing. As you can see, they're on stage, which means they're playing LAN, which means that they're on the Korea server. So I don't exactly know what the issue is. Well, looking into an update, not yet.
Yep, no updates yet.
Yeah, I think Falcons are.
Oh, it's a stage issue. Okay.
Ah.
So apparently, this also goes to kind of like the history of WDG a little bit. This stage is also used for other events as well, and there were an event where they had to use what would you call it? They had to
The screen?
no shoot flowers from the floor. And then apparently some still stuck.
The confettis?
Yeah, the confetti
Not
still
the flowers.
stuck. No, it was actually flowers. No, it was actually
you
flowers.
You actually shoot flowers?
Yeah, like petals.
Oh, petals. Okay.
Yeah, actual petals.
I thought you were shooting the entire flower. I was like, someone's gonna get hit.
No. and then it kind of like, I guess some of it still was stuck on the stage.
Ah, okay, just wiping that off. Okay, no problem with the game as we go in unpaused. Falcons on push. They chose to attack first. Stalker. Again, high ground control, Fnatic, but with Donghak's Winston, so it has to be behind or off to the side.
All right, interesting to see that Team Falcons they're continuing with Stalker being on the hit scan, and on the Cassidy, Knife is going to outrange Stalker a little bit, and let's see if that's going to make a difference here. Donghak, he's not really too eager to jump in like to the backline. He's just content to be staying on that
Good
corner
anti.
over there.
Anti from Fielder, delaying Fnatic a little bit, pushing them back. Proper challenged by the Winston, but in a good position. And now with knife down.
This is going to be a lot of damage denied from the side of Fnatic, and Fnatic has to back off, but it's just they're just stuck in a position where they can't go out. And this is going to be cleanup duty for the side of Team Falcons, and getting that corner for free after that. It's likely that Fnatic will be able to challenge the point right before the cap happens, and the big question is going to be Team Falcons. They have the nano, and Fnatic doesn't have anything to answer that yet. So now the question is going to be whether either the target be Proper or Hanbin, whether they can survive the initial nano and then answer back.
Quick nano to Hanbin, but the ray from both. Knife first to be down. Falcons really quickly turning this around with their tempo. That's the entire team gone.
Hanbin eating that Blizzard is just so pivotal, and because in a defensive setup, that Blizzard is going to be was going to be so useful. Good awareness from Hanbin to take that, to eat that with the defensive matrix, and yeah, that's just like that. That's going to be point A, early point A, a huge time bank for Team Falcons here.
And the barrage, likely just to delay the rotation, or else if he died, I think he actually wanted to change it to something else, potentially. Knife down. Still a lot of ultimates left to go for Fnatic, but because of these angles from the side, the pokes are real.
Yep, and right now, Fnatic, they have to make their ultimates count. If they even kind of like make an even trade out of this after using the ultimates, this is not good news for, I guess, future fights.
This is so far back that the Falcons just had an easy slow push.
Yep, and remember, this is one of those points where usually the defending team wants to contest, and Team Falcons, they're pressuring Fnatic so well that they got a lot of free push. They already got
good diving with the bomb
over there.
Into Cassidy, but the backline 4 joined, and the Bionade good to go from Fielder, catching up the entire team.
This off-angle proper poke is proving to be really, really annoying for Fnatic, and there it is. Fnatic, they just want to go in with that, all in with that rally. Gets a lot of ground.
The 2-1 trade, slightly better for Fnatic, but at the moment, Stalker's still alive. Proper! When you leave these two uncontested, they will turn things around. Hold up. Izayaki, checkmate, back with the Tracer. Is this our first Tracer? No, second Tracer, right?
Well, in today's series, I think it is the first in today's series, but it's the Tracer hasn't been nerfed. The Tracer is still there. Always a good choice for the neutral and also taking ground. Also giving a lot of pressure to the backline on the other side. So let's see how this one goes. Izayaki tried to make something happen with the orbital ray, but is going to be punished by Hanbin over there. It's going to be, but I think that it should be okay for the side of Fnatic because Donghak has the primal range.
Ray not bad. On top of the payload, Proper going with the barrage angle.
Well,
and they're pushing from the other side. So Donghak's here, but the payload was getting closer.
Yeah, it's like almost as if the battle is happening in two fronts at the same time, but in the end, that proper barrage didn't find the most value in the world, and then after Donghak with the Primal Rage kind of disrupted the positioning of Team Falcons. So good play from Fnatic right now. They are chipping off a lot of time on this time bank.
From 332 down to 130 now with an engage. Oh, nice purple. Onto multiple members by Fielder once again. Catching Knife with the kill for the extra damage.
Oh, LeeJaeGon
and this should be the push for the second point.
Yeah, LeeJaeGon was so close to getting that rally as well. Of course, he would have definitely thought twice about popping in as soon as he has it because they already lost 2 members. But still, considering that it was a huge time bank when point A was capped, I think this is a good stall incoming from the side of Fnatic. Again, this is going to be the question of whether Team Falcons can get value out of their nano. If they do get value without Fnatic answering, then this is going to be maybe an easy push for point C. But if Fnatic gets an answer for this, this might be a good stall.
Build up bio. LeeJaeGon dives in with Knife. All the way towards the end. Fnatic, they've got their own dive potential. The Falcons don't really respond that hard. No nano, no ray, of course, off by 2%. Chanbin, that pink hair reminds me of something else.
Well, look, this is like theoretically, you know, Zarya is the counter for D.Va, so it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just that we haven't been seeing this a lot in the Korea region. We also did see this in other Asia regions as well. So let's see whether Zarya's power level is up to the task. But it's going to be Ultimates Galore.
Yeah, quick nano ray from Falcons and a Tectonic from Proper. And when you have Zarya shield, extra bubble, you can have that safety. And that's an entire team wipe in just a few seconds.
Yeah, so I think this was a little bit to be expected. Team Falcons had a lot of their ultimates online, and Fnatic, having used their rally in the previous fight, didn't have any tools to...
Knife! Didn't expect a Widow to come out.
Now, this is something that might change the flow of the battle right now, because now that Team Falcons has to be on full retreat, and then Fnatic, they have time to regroup, and then if Checkmate can get a good post-bomb kill, then Team Falcons is going to be on the back foot. Because Hanbin, that Graviton Surge is very far from from being online. The only ultimate that's going to be available for this one is going to be the Blizzard from Stalker. But yeah, if either Knife or Checkmate can make a kill.
Pulse all the way down, and she'll still survive. Hanbin gone from the self-destruct, but that was worth the trade because the other members survived. And pushing even further, they want to bring this home with a 3-point. Knife all the way back, looking for that sweet headshot. The sweet spot.
Well,
they missed a little bit. This rotation seems a little tough for the hooks.
Fnatic has, well, respawn advantage and is going on to the Ramatra, which I think is a good answer to the potential D.Va. Stalker has the Blizzard, so they have Fnatic has to be careful about that. Knife takes down Stalker again, so that's going to be the Blizzard denied.
Yes, and the stall from the ice block too. So regardless, going in with the nano ray. That's all they have. Falcons got 2 kills. Might actually be able to do it. 4.8.
HaeJeokDan has the rally, though. Let's see how this goes. Izayaki taking down field, so this is going to be a lot of...
Ramatra's back in the field.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of healing denied for Team Falcons. I don't think they can make that full push happen.
You know, less that self-destruct. Somehow got many miracle kills. But that should do it with Donga coming back with the Ramatra. Yeah, almost a 3-point, but not quite. 82 meters.
Yeah, so in the end, of course, Team Falcons had a very decent push, so they have a win condition. But Fnatic shouldn't feel too bad about this either, because like some fights, yes, if you win, that's really good. But if you just look at the grand scheme of things, there's just no way of winning some of these fights when you're really that behind on ult economy. And having Knife on the Widowmaker really changed things a lot because Fnatic, they were down on ultimates, and that few headshot kills onto several members of Team Falcons multiple times, I think it was 2 times, stalled Team Falcons from dissuaded Team Falcons from pushing, and that made the difference.
Yeah, Knife with some clutch Widow shots at the end, and Fielder and that highlight. Milk delivery just slides in. I didn't order this. Take it. Take it, and yeah, it hurts you on the other side. Yeah, Fielder's been playing some excellent Ana today. As the Falcons, some off and on moments. Knife really the clutching team for Fnatic to not let Falcons get 3 points.
Yeah, just if you just look at the entire series as a whole, if Fnatic can convert this into a win, because now they have a winning condition. If they complete this map, they win this and make it to 5,
D.Va.
they have the momentum to keep going on to this series.
Can they? Let's see. Hanbin?
Alright, just looking at the initial compositions right now, Fnatic are going with I would say what I've been calling
the ice wall?
Spates Jotes composition. Both ice walls denying any kills right now.
Oh, Knife. Caught right in the ice wall.
Yeah, but answering kills coming from Fnatic, and also spawn advantage is on Fnatic's side. So as long as they don't lose too many members here, which they do, let's see if the trades can come out, because trades will be pivotal.
Supports are up there.
This one
Donghak
here.
should be back by now.
But then Isayaki's gone. HaeJeokDan really wants to take down Chio, and well,
Yeah,
goodbye.
this is a quick skirmish away from the payload. So backline gone for Fnatic as Falcons back in control next to payload. And from the side building, the rotation is there. The Falcons back together.
So Fnatic has, they have the rallies, but they probably don't want to use it here. And as Knife takes down Proper, this is going to be the prime opportunity for HaeJeokDan to not use. Okay, they do have to force out the rally and is still unable to save Donghak. But in the grand scheme of things, it's, yes, they're going to win this fight, but they use the rally, and that's going to be what's important. But if you look at the other side of the, if you flip the other side of the coin, Team Falcons also used Chio's orbital ray. So Izayaki will be the only one that has the orbital ray. Now, the question is, can Falcons stall long enough for the Nano to be online? Or is Fnatic going to find a pick before the Nano happens?
Yeah, some good push. Just off the first few team fights. And a lot of ultimates still to go. Stalker, Blizzard on the field, down. But Checkmate has to stall a little bit because there's a D.Va on the other side. Knife frozen up, but no extra damage coming in from the Falcons as they're still stalling. Can't really fully commit as they do. The moment you do, you're taken down like this.
Yeah, so yes, the Nano is going to be on Proper. Is he going to commit with the Tectonic Shock? That's going to be the big question. I just think he's going to bail and run for his
the
life.
Rampage and the Falcons. Mid-low. That's DMAC.
Well, the remake is going to be there, but can he stay can he stay alive long enough? I guess the answer is going to be yes. And Checkmate probably going to have to use the Blizzard here.
Hyper Ring in the middle. Speeding things up. Checkmate's still there. Blizzard not eaten up this time. As that ultimate was being held for such a long time. Needs to be careful of that Matrix. But finally, Fnatic cleaning things up with a team kill. Falcons giving up the first point.
Yeah, not as big as a team time bank as when Team Falcons capped point A, but still a pretty decent time bank in more than 3 minutes. And the idea, I think, from Team Falcons was that, hey, if we stall long enough, we can bait out key ultimates from the side of Fnatic. But yes, they were successful in that they forced out Checkmate's Blizzard. But what do you know? HaeJeokDan and Izayaki will be having their ultimates soon enough. And Chio starting things up with the Orbital Ray, but HaeJeokDan is going to answer that with a rally.
Quick rotation. The Xana's still alive, by the way. Knife chasing down the Xana for 7 seconds. Not going to do it.
Yulder.
Might be a little too late anyhow, members. Hold up, Fnatic.
Oh, Knife really wants this. They are going. Knife is going in with the Tectonic Shock, but Team Falcons, as soon as they see the Tectonic Shock, they just bail, they disengage. So good disengage from Team Falcons. But this means that Fnatic will be able to get free push on that slope over there, and that slope is one of the, I guess, most difficult places to push.
And that was
especially
really
that
well
quarter
done.
by Hanbin being down.
And they engage still without Hanbin because they just have to. They thought about an angle, maybe to pull off. Extra ultimate, just going to be the orbital ray coming down from Izayaki. And one good tool for this escort.
Fnatic actually look really good right now. Their ult discipline looking on point. Where has this Fnatic been the entire season? But Team Falcons, they have a win condition right now. They have the better ultimates. Good sleep onto Donghak means that he'll be out of the action, and he wanted to go out with the
Chio
Rampage.
down, but
It's gonna
Nano
be shut
Hanbin
down.
stays alive. That's what matters so much. Stalker in the middle, self-destruct, and the Blizzard.
A good
catch onto
Blizzard,
Hanbin.
and is going to take out Hanbin, and a lot of
Yeah, good
members are
trade.
down.
As Proper Knife go, both of the Ventures go down. Xana just the extra stagger for Donghak to come back with a Doomfist and move back, change back into potentially D.Va. Oh, just going for it.
Look, Fnatic, winning this fight means a lot for them right now because they were down in ultimates. I think they were about like 1 or 2 ultimates down, and then even with Team Falcons using almost everything except for the Blizzard, they still won. And now they have that Tectonic Shock. Tectonic Shock not likely to find kills, but if they can force Team Falcons to disengage, then that's free push for them.
Knife. Eva on the back.
Remember, Fnatic.
Looking for that dive.
Fnatic, as long as they make that full cap happen, it will be their win.
Blizzard on the point next to payload.
But good disengage, so nobody frozen on the side of Fnatic. Now, look at the ultimates right now. Both support ultimates online for Fnatic. Also, Team Falcons will be having their ultimates online.
Knife down.
Yeah, so
that's a big mark. And Dongak gets caught right after proper with the side poke.
Fnatic has to be on the back foot right now. They have to run for their lives, and this gives Team Falcons an opportunity to make a forward defense happen. Get some more time off the time bank, because 1 minute and a half, this is kind of like one good fight and maybe one scrappy one here.
Yeah, Falcons, they've been losing a couple of fights, but still, the dragged out fight skirmishes and the fights were going on for a long time. So they were buying time, deleting time every single time it was coming down. Fnatic ready with the 4 ultimates. Everything except for that rampage from Donghak Hanbin. Going up and toss the Nano on the proper. Fielder down.
Fielder early, so this, well, at least there was enough time for
3 down from Fnatic though. All caught in that Blizzard. Checkmate has a chance.
Oh,
just left with Hanbin. Stalling, has to run away.
I think Team Falcons still has time for stall tactics here, especially with Hanbin on the self-destruct.
But that was just with the Blizzard coming down from Fnatic. So they still have a chance in this. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And they push extra 25 meters.
This is going to be the final fight for both of these teams.
Falcons coming close. There's the Ray. Coming from both. Off to the side. Fielder down. Stalker proper. Ready with the ultimates. Tectonic. The Blizzard comes out first with the self-destruct.
Well,
let's catch Donghak.
Donghak is caught out. And proper very low at the Tectonic Shock, but takes down Checkmate with him. HaeJeokDan takes down, is going to punish proper.
And the spawns are going to be faster for the Falcons. Overtime, Fnatic, how long can they hold? Checkmate turning to Tracer, but little too far away. The point is right there, about 13 meters away. But Falcons are going to deliver back and finish this with a 3-1 victory of the series. Fnatic, long season into the playoff, but this is where their journey will end.
Well, Fnatic looked a lot better, and like to give them enough credit, and they looked competitive enough against Team Falcons, which is a statement, but unfortunately it is going to be them ending their season. Well, Team Falcons, it wasn't as easy as they probably hoped it would have been, because Fnatic, especially on the last few maps, they have been playing really well. They played for picks, also Knife kind of stepping up here a little bit, and Fielder, their backline, Team Falcon's backline, kind of being picked out earlier on. As Team Falcons, just like how Team Falcons kind of picked on HaeJeokDan early on in the series. But Team Falcons, they endured and they won the map. Well deserved.
Of the match, Fielder, the Ana. The Ana god. The 2 Ana gods in Korea at the moment. Shu
and
Fielder. Very good players. Incredibly good players. The highest skill cap in the world.
Yeah, also just Fielder was really impressive, not just about the healing output and whatnot. He's not as aggressive as Shu would be. He's not making those like 4-man, 3-man, 4-man anti-nades, but he is still making those plays happen. He is getting those nanos as quickly as possible. He is using those nades on the right tempo, and also his sleep darts were on point today.
We've seen some of the moments where the Venture is trying to chase Ana down, Fielder down.
And he was
just
living for like 7+ seconds.
Joins with the team, sleep dart sometimes, the Bionades to keep him low. That's enough time. And even with that, sometimes the team lost the other 4v4. So I think we were just coming up with the highlights. But I think the big question we had was the take duel. Can Donghak really go against Hanbin and win that duel? We've seen the moments at the end of Shambali. Donghak went back to the spawn from Doomfist and hesitated for like 2-3 seconds. Oh, do I really want to go on Jungle Queen or Diva or anything else? We could feel that frustration. Not that that few seconds was actually the determining factor of the series, but I think he was really put up to the challenge today.
Yeah, just looking at Fielder right now, it's just music in my ears as it is, well-deserved player of the match. But there's going to be that interview, so Quest, please take it away.
인터뷰 준비가
네, 오늘 첫 번째 경기 외나무
And
다리에서
of course,
만난 두
Team
팀 중
Falcons
승자는
taking the
팀팔콘이었습니다.
3-1 victory
승리 축하드립니다.
over Fnatic.
감사합니다.
And moving
네,
on,
승리 축하드립니다. 자,
towards
오늘은
round two of the
필더
playoffs.
선수가 차지하게 됐는데요. 필더 선수 자기소개
of course,
부탁드립니다.
please make your introductions first.
팀팔콘에서 서포터.
And we have the man of the hour himself, Fielder from Team Falcons.
네, 필더 선수 반갑습니다. 자, 오늘 푸나틱에게 학습된 공포를
So of course,
맛보여준
Team Falcons
경기가
definitely
많이
instilled
있었습니다.
fear into Fnatic, into Fnatic today with their victory. So how do you feel about the win?
조합을 좀 특이하게 준비를 했는데
We prepared
이걸로
some
이제 저희는
special
팀 조합을 쉽게
and
깬다고
weird comms
생각해서
today.
이걸로 했었는데 오늘 푸나틱이 좀 많이
But
잘해가지고
I feel it felt like Fnatic played better than we expected. So the match was a little bit harder than expected.
그런 겸손함을 보여주셨습니다. 자, 오늘 리장타와 수월하게 잡아내고 루나사피
So of course, map 1 went in favor of Team Falcons.
오늘 전반적으로
So-
게임 흐름 어땠나요?
And so, can you tell us about like the overall momentum of the game, of the match? Because Juno's in the meta right now. So the tempo of the game is very fast, and the survival, all the heroes in the meta have a lot of survivability. So it's a bit hectic and a bit chaotic.
자, 오늘도 루나사피 팔콘 승률이 0%였음에도
So Runasapi was Fnatic's map choice, and Team Falcons had a 0% win rate on it. So how did you prepare for the map?
저희도 준비할 때 푸나틱이 지면은 루나사피를 고를 거라고.
We anticipated that Fnatic would pick Runasapi
루나사피.
if we lose, so we prepared hard for
오늘
Runasapi.
경기가 아니었나 싶습니다. 자, 오늘도 샴발리 마지막 굉장히 정신없는 플레이가 펼쳐졌죠.
Of course, we have to talk about map 5.
오늘 마지막 좀 어땠나요?
It was very chaotic. So can you tell us about map 5?
죽어가지고 잘 모르긴 한데 저희 팀이
So I died, so I honestly don't know, but the rest of my team, you know, they were. All the credit goes to my teammates for carrying.
Of
course, we have to talk about your Anna, your sleep darts, to anti-nades, to Nano. Your Anna was locked in, so can you rate your own Anna play today? And he says, my sleep darts, it landed, you know, it landed to targets the way that I anticipated.
프로퍼요.
He also gives credit to Proper
네, 원래도 프로퍼가 이제 나눠 받으면 킬 잘 따가.
in terms of receiving the nano boost, and he was definitely the player that was the most well received when it comes to nano boosts. So it was Kiriko Lucio versus Juno Brig. So how do you? Can you tell us about the matchup? We also practiced Juno Brig, but I thought that Kiriko Lucio was, or we thought that Kiriko Lucio was better. So that led to our victory. Of course, you guys were the ones to send Fnatic home after their win. So can you please say a few words to Fnatic?
수고 많으셨습니다.
Thank you for your hard work.
And
also a few words to your fans as well that are continuing to cheer for Team Falcons' journey.
저희가 성적이 좀 부진해도 믿고 열심히 응원해 주신.
Thank you for cheering us on even when our performance was at our low. And that was the interview with Fielder himself. Before we head into the second match of the day, I'm going to send it back to Chikla from the Know.
Thanks, Quest, for the translation on that interview. We do have one more match left to play. The Korea playoffs continue with ZETA Division versus HaeJeokDan after the break. So guys, please stay for the next match.
안녕하세요. 제타 디비전에서 탱커 포지션을 맡고 있는 베르나르라고 합니다.
필러를 맡고 있는 바이올렛이라고 합니다.
필러를 맡고 있는 핀이라고 합니다.
메인 DPS 맡고 있는 플로라라고 합니다.
탱커를 맡고 있는 희성이라고 합니다.
딜러를 맡고 있는 알파이라고 합니다.
열심히 해서 이런 좋은 팀 오게 돼서 좋고 신입의 패기가 뭔지 보여드리겠습니다.
좋은 팀에 좋은 스폰이 들어와가지고 저희가 좀 연습할 환경이 좀 좋아진 것 같아서 더 좋은 성적을 낼 수 있을 것 같아요.
스폰이 생겨가지고 이제 합숙을 하게 됐는데 이제 그러면서 더 선수들끼리 친해지고 좋은 성적을 거둘 것 같습니다.
솔직히 좀 만족하지 못한 성적이고 꼭 이번 OWCS에서는 우승하고 스웨덴 가서도 우승을 해보도록 하겠습니다.
저희가 코리아랑 아시아 둘 다 3위 했는데 좀 아쉽다고 생각을 하고 좀 더 잘할 수 있는 팀이었다고 생각을 하는데 이제 합숙도 해서 더 좋은 연습 환경 갖췄으니까 우승할 수 있도록 노력하면 될 것 같습니다.
아무래도 같은 탱커라서 저를 항상 이제 좀 이해를 해주고 항상 POTM 투표도 항상 저를 해준다고 하더라고요. 그래서 고맙고요. 탱커가 사실 진짜 힘든 포지션이거든요. 항상 못하면 티도 많이 나고 잘해도 티가 안 나고 그런 포지션인데 다들 화이팅 하셨으면 좋겠습니다.
목표는 당연히 1등이고
이번 각오는 절대 3등은 안 하겠습니다.
당연히 우승이라고 생각하고요. 제가 항상 각오로 이제 3등을 안 하고 싶다고 했는데 이번에는 꼭 안 하도록 하겠습니다.
일단 저희가 지금 사우디 대회까지 해가지고 3등을 거의 3번 해가지고 저 홍진호급이 돼서 이제 1위 들어갈 때가 되지 않았나 싶어요.
스웨덴 가고 싶고요. 진짜 3등만 하기 싫습니다. 3등 말고 1, 2등 하겠습니다. 3등만 하기 싫어.
저희 팀 응원해주시는 분들이 자부심 가질 수 있게 이번에는 꼭 우승해보도록 하겠습니다.
저희를 이제 항상 응원해주시고 이제 경기도 보러 와주시고 하는 팬분들 덕분에 이렇게 저희가 좋은 환경이나 이제 좋은 팀도 구할 수 있고 하게 되는 건데 그에 보답할 수 있도록 저희도 노력도 많이 해서 좋은 경기를 보여드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
日本で応援してくれてる方に感謝します。ありがとうございます。
今 OWCS コリアにクレイジーラクーンとゼタっていう日本のチームが2つあるんですが、ラクーンが今まで優勝もう3回取っちゃったんで、今ゼタが入ってからは優勝はゼタが 取ろうと思います。頑張ります。
ZETA
화이팅!
안녕하세요. 해적단에서 서브 딜러를 맡고 있는 이수민이라고 합니다.
해적단에서 서브 딜러를 맡고 있는 선준이라고 합니다.
해적단에서 메인 딜러를 맡고 있는 프로펫이라고 합니다.
해적단에서 탱커를 맡고 있는 매그라고 합니다.
해적단에서 서브 딜러를 맡고 있는 제스트라고 합니다.
해적단에서 메인 힐러를 맡고 있는 빈다임이라고 합니다.
대회가 떨어지고 나서 쉬는 기간에 이제 바로 연습팀을 꾸렸는데 자연스럽게 연습하다가 강팀도 잡고 하다 보니까 이렇게 어쩌다 보니까 서울 멤버로 모이게 됐어요. 영훈아, 임페른 할 때 문제는 고쳤니? 아직 안 고쳐졌을 것 같은데.
평소처럼 대회 때 바들바들 떠면서 긴장하면서 하고 임페른 할 때처럼 하자.
태형, 아직도 얼굴 믿고 게임 대충 하는 거 아니지?
저희가 팀명에 대해 많은 얘기를 나눴는데 좀 많은 후보들이 있었는데 수민이가 해적단을 강력하게 원해서 이제 투표를 진행하는 결과 해적단으로 하게 되었습니다.
그냥 컨셉이 확실한 것 같아서 재밌어서 한 것 같습니다. 이 자리를 빌려 죄송합니다. 일단 태성이 형이 맏형이니까 태성이 형이 선장하고 내가 행동대장 할게.
네, 선장 매그입니다. 저는 빈다임 선수가 요리사를 맡아줬으면 좋겠네요. 뭔가 잘 어울리는데요, 그냥?
네, 안녕하세요. 해적단의 요리사가 되게 된 빈다임이라 하고 제스트를 칼잡이로, 왜냐면 겐지를 잘하기 때문에 칼잡이로 추천하겠습니다.
해적단에서 칼잡이를 맡게 된 제스이고요. 그 프로페 선수를 평소에도 이제 뒤통수를 잘 치기 때문에 한번 해적단의 배신자로 둬보겠습니다.
저를 배신자라 했는데 저는 그냥 평범한 선원 1이고 선준이를 총잡이가 어울리는 것 같아서 총잡이로 하겠습니다.
총잡이 된 게 제일 나은 것 같네요.
이번에 처음 맞춰보는 거긴 하지만 그래도 치오 필더보다는 잘할 수 있을 것 같아요. 너무 거품이 많이 낀 것 같거든요, 거기는.
스크림에서 라쿤 빼고는 다 두드러 패본 적이 있어서 한 2등까지는 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
무조건 스톡홀름 가는 걸로.
저희가 후회 없는 경기력이 나오는 게 목표고 OWCS에서 좀 최고의 탱커로 마무리하는 게 개인적인 목표입니다.
저번 시즌은 좀 후회가 많은 경기들이 있었어서 이번엔 후회 없는 경기 많이 할 수 있도록 하는 게 저희 각오입니다.
처음에 조금 휘청거릴 수도 있는데 그래도 다 잘하는 선수들이니까 끝까지 믿고 응원해주시면 감사하겠습니다.
여러분들의 마음을 약탈하겠습니다.
저를 응원해주신 팬분들이 아직 제가 우승하는 모습을 못 보셨을 텐데 이번에 꼭 우승하는 모습을 보여드릴 수 있도록 저희 해적단 많은 응원 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.
너네 동료가 되라.
Welcome back for the second match of the night. First playoff for Korea. And it's time for ZETA Division, the surprise number 4 from the seeding matches. And the survivor from the LCQ from Korea, HaeJeokDan, going against each other. Another elimination match to have the second match of the night. Who do you think is going to take it today?
Well, I mean, you do have to give favor to ZETA Division because they have been that team that can make gods bleed, right? They are the only team in this stage to have to force Crazy Raccoon drop 2 maps and in a single series and that as well. So I guess you have to give it to ZETA Division, but ZETA Division, we've been talking about this with Hex in previous broadcasts, but they are a very hot and cold team, which means that they are very momentum based. And right now, if you just look at their recent match history, they're looking like they're on like the losing streak of things. And is 6 days or 5 days enough time for them to kind of regroup as a team and then go back to their strengths? Or is it still going to be that cold streak that is going to continue, which means that HaeJeokDan has a chance, but likely ZETA Division is going to be the winner for this one.
So I've talked to 9K about this. I never like cold sandwiches. I always bake them up. I always have to have some parts of the sandwich warmed up, baked up, at least the meat or the bread or any parts of it. I just can't have cold. And that's been the week for ZETA because it was getting warm, but they ran out of electricity. That oven put on stop. 2-3, 2-3, 2-3 against Falcons, Poker Face, Crazy Raccoon. Some of the maps like really came close, but it was never a win, never a W. Never a W for the entire week.
Yeah, they've been on map fives for the entirety of that week, and like you said, it was somewhere close, but they never got to that boiling point. And of course, Bernard, Heesung, they were the consistent parts of this team. Violet, always doing Violet things, right? It's either like he's the best support player in the world, or sometimes he's making those throws happen. But still, Violet kind of leans more on that like carrying kind of things, and then it's kind of the DPS players on the side of ZETA that is more of a hit or miss. On their good days, Flora able to keep up with even the best hit scans in the world. Alpha E also looking really good on the Echo pick and some of the flyers, but when it just is not meant to be, it's not meant to be for these two.
Bernard starting for the tank lineup, Flora, Alpha E, Violet, Finn. You can always trust on these guys. One of the best DPS lineup in Korea, Alpha E, Flora. Even though Violet has been making a lot of switch off of the Lucio, a lot more Brig, a lot more Kiriko in the previous weeks. We'll see, as Juno is certainly back in here, providing that speed up. And Sunjun out in the bench will be Prophet Zest, starting things on HaeJeokDan, just as expected.
Yeah,
I think nothing is crazy.
Nothing crazy. Sunjun being on the bench, Sunjun being on the bench means that likely it's going to be somewhat of a Tracer Pharah or the like. Maybe hit scans are coming later on into the map as the series develops, but not a lot of, I guess, tactical flexibility for this team, as Mag has always been plagued with hero pool issues. Of course, this season it looked like he was looking a little bit better, but in the current moment, Mag needs to prove a lot of things.
Yes. The pre-match interview is ready. Quest,
네,
take it away
오늘은 두
for the
번째 경기가
translation.
펼쳐집니다. 해적단과 제타 디비전의 경기가 펼쳐집니다.
Thank you very much, G-Clef. We are here with the second team rep interview of the day.
먼저 제타
Of course,
디비전의
we
빈
have the
선수,
two team rep.
해적단의 빈다임 선수 모시고 인터뷰 진행해
It's on stage for
보도록
ZETA
할게요.
Division
먼저 제타
and
디비전 팀
HaeJeokDan. Of course, we have Finn and Vindime
그리고 1년
representing
전에 같은
both
팀으로
their
활동했던
respective
두
teams.
선수입니다. 빈다임 선수와 핀
And
선수.
the first question,
3년 전보다
both players were on the
이
same
선수
team in
이건 좀
2021
나아졌더라 하는 게
as,
있을까요?
on San Francisco Shock. So how do you think each other improved since 3 years ago?
제가 다 끌고 다니긴 했는데
I was the one
이거 해라,
carrying
저거 해라
on
하면은
San Francisco
잘하는
Shock,
선수여가지고
but
되게 잘
Vindime
맞았었는데
was,
이제
he followed
갔다
my
오더니
orders
이제
very well.
이제 자기 생각이 생겼나 봐요.
And
그래서
we had good team
이거 아닌 것
synergy.
같은데 하는 게 좀 많았던 것 같기도 하고 싶어요 저는.
야, 좀 자아가 생겼다.
But there is
이 점을 좀
I think he's
거두셨습니다.
grown
그렇다면
a bit of an ego.
빈다임 선수는요?
And as for Vindime,
옛날에 비해 약간 옛날에는 의문사가 있다 생각했는데 요즘은 없는 것 같습니다.
I think there were moments where Finn died unexpectedly at times, but I think he reduced that.
경기에서 3대 0으로 완벽한 승리를 거두면서 이제 플레이오프에
Of course, HaeJeokDan qualified for the playoffs after a very clean 3-0 over Fnatic, and of course their form continues to improve. So what's the secret behind it?
저희가 대회 때 경기력은 나쁘지 않다 생각하는데
I believe that our performance in matches weren't bad, but there were a lot of the losses were just because we were lacking that extra 2% to close things out. So you can expect us to close it out today. Of course, ZETA broke the CR's undefeated map win streak and even almost ended their match win streak. So after the match, what was the feedback from the coaching staff?
좀 너무 생각이 많았던 거고요.
I think we just overthink things, and the feedback was to, hey, just be comfortable, stick to a game plan, and just play, enjoy the game. So is your team confident to win the game today?
당연합니다.
Of course.
해적단이 뭐 스크림에서 뭐 다 이긴다 이랬는데.
Of course. Well, HaeJeokDan says that.
밥 먹으면서 했고 그래가지고.
HaeJeokDan always says that they are winning scrims, but you know, the scrims that we played against them, we were just having food while we were scrimming. So when we heard that interview, I was like, huh? And as for HaeJeokDan,
경기 결과로 보시면 될 것 같아요.
we will prove ourselves with our results. So which team will win today? Before we head into match 2, I'm going to send it back to Gclef and Unknown.
Thank you, Quest, for the translations. We're heading to Lijiang Tower, our first control map. Well, the scrim result, ZETA Division didn't really pay much attention to their actual scrims. I don't actually know how they can eat and play Overwatch at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
unless you're playing a turret bastion, or I don't even know.
Or if you're drinking your food, I don't know.
Or if you're just on the payload as Reinhardt. That's one thing.
Hey, but it's Finn, so maybe Aviana doing some Euro Truck Simulator or some sort of like that and getting. But we're going to get Lijiang Tower as our first control map. These teams have history of going against each other in the round robin. Last time it was Samoa on control. Now it's on Lijiang Tower. I believe that it's still a sign of confidence from ZETA Division that they have the upper hand right now. They believe that they're mechanically more gifted, and Lijiang Tower, of course, it has a little bit of a meta of its own, especially on control center, and maybe we might have some surprises coming in hand.
And last time when they fought against each other, 3-0 shutdown from ZETA Division. I believe it was one of the fastest matches also. Because it was how quickly the things were. Basically, I believe double 100 to zeros. Because ZETA Division just kicked in so hot in the first few weeks.
Yeah, wasn't it this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was this matchup where Violet also had like 2 beats in a single fight. And then always being ahead on the ult charge. That's the sort of Violet that ZETA Division needs today for another win. But again, ZETA Division looks like they are very confident coming into this one. And unless HaeJeokDan has a very big surprise coming in for them, ZETA Division should be prepared.
Yep, ZETA, this has to be the win, a stomp, and the Mora booster into tomorrow's matchup, because HaeJeokDan is certainly an opponent they should come out with a win. Sink or swim. Oh, more like double jump and glide with Juno. There's nowhere else to sink. If you lose, you go down all the way down, and better luck next season.
Yep, and imagine, like, let this sink in. ZETA Division for what a great season they had at this entire stage. They could just drop out early if they lose today. So they have a lot, despite them being heavy favorites for this one, they have everything in the world to fight for, and they have to prove that this losing streak against Falcons, Pokerface, Crazy Raccoon, that they want to put an end to this.
Yeah. don't know actually the actual ratio from the chat, but see a lot of pirate crew on board with the two on the left of their IDs. Hey, you've got the crew members up and ready to go. Let's see if you will sync with the team or get on board and find One Piece at the end. Well, if you end up winning today and also tomorrow, that will literally be One Piece going up as the top 2 of Korea. But HaeJeokDan seemed really good from last chance qualifier. They indeed Fnatic 3-0.
Yeah.
That was almost the stomp from the LCQ, but now you're fighting the top 4, one of the top 4. ZETA was the 4th because they were just off plays on those Fnatic Poker Face Crazy Raccoon matches. But except for those some mini mistakes, I'm pretty sure they would have at least had 2 wins out of the 3.
Yeah, and also just kind of like because I've been seeing a lot of Pokemon references in chat right now, I also kind of want to say that this is now their Elite Four. You know how Elite Four works. You have to beat all of them. And
yes, you can't get healed in the middle.
Yeah, so this is where you start. This is where you start. You start with the ZETA division. You either go against Crazy Raccoon Poker Face and then maybe for glory, go for glory. But hey, this team, you look at this roster, this team has the quality. All of them have been in the Overwatch League. This is why I always call them the Seoul United, because all these teams have been either in the Seoul Dynasty or the Seoul Infernal. So the talent is there. Maybe just Hearthstone, yeah. Okay. What are they saying? Okay, it's everyone. It's the members. And then also Coach Undine on the right as well.
24 cost? How do you bring that out?
You don't. That's why he's always in the bench, all right? So and you know, that's how it is. But the talent is there. Maybe the tactical or strategic flexibility is going to be the issue. I would definitely like to see how HaeJeokDan reacts, especially in their map picks and whatnot, because sometimes when I see their map picks, I was like, what? You're actually going to be on even grounds or maybe give an advantage to the other team or pick a map that's comfortable against the other team, for the other team side. So let's see. HaeJeokDan has a lot of questions to answer.
Yes, they certainly do. I don't know much about Hearthstone, but the 5 cost 927 looks pretty good. I don't actually know the current balancing on 5 costs, but that still looks really, really good with 27 health. Really good art coming down from Violet. Had the Lucio previously.
Yeah,
Didn't get
we have to talk about, now the topic is up there, Violet is going to be pivotal for whatever win conditions ZETA division has. Like you said, the Lucio is viable, the Kiriko is viable, also the Juno is viable as well. But we've been seeing that Juno has been employed a little bit more by Finn, and while Finn is on the Juno, Violet usually goes on to the Kiriko. A lot of good things from this legendary player. Also, history also says that Violet also is a DPS player, so let's see how that goes.
Yes, a lot more Kiriko. Ever since the rumor has been that, ever since the mist on the $600,000 beat
on Runosapi, that's gonna be
yes. She's not playing Lucio as much. That's been the word on the street for Violet. Now that I actually said it on the broadcast, we'll see, because Juno seems like a really good, not like a replacement, but in a different way of using the speed boost with the Hyper Ring.
Yeah, I think it's not wrong to say that she is a viable replacement for the Lucio. Offers a little bit of a different utility set, but still a good, I guess, workable replacement for the Lucio. Interesting to see whether ZETA Division and HaeJeokDan will be using Juno as much, because we've been seeing a lot of Juno playtime in the previous series as well.
Thanks for waiting all this time as we get things set up for the first map. Lijiang Tower is again our first control. Oh, selected by the higher seed ZETA Division indeed. Seems like they want to have some good memories on this map. 70% win rate for ZETA Division on the control. HaeJeokDan, not bad. 4 and 4, 50%. Let's see what we start with.
All right,
Bernard?
both teams
Ram,
going
really?
with the Ram. Oh, never mind. Mag swapped to the Junker Queen. Ram is actually really viable, and especially in Control Center as well. This is kind of like when the London Spitfire and Hadi kind of used the Reinhardt Rush composition in this stage as well. Okay, already the commanding shout is going to be used, at least in very much of a
just
punch.
for that green health. Force down, Vindime. Yeah, was almost focused now. The focus is on Mag, stairs. Just able to go down without a death, but the division pushing them all the way. Second shout comes out, but with lower HP bars.
Yeah, so the thing about HaeJeokDan is that, of course,
Quick cap.
there is a little bit of sustained damage from Prophet, but it is basically a very cooldown-based composition, and you have to use your commanding shout, you have to get those dashes in, wait for the resets to happen, and if you don't get a kill in the initial aggression, then Zeta Division is going to out-damage you.
Yeah, Finn's got the rush already. Quickly being built, but 2-1 trade as HaeJeokDan can push even further. As with Bernard, I think there was a chance, but without any ultimates. Vindime, though, quickly building that sound barrier. Looking for the chance to take this away from Zeta Division.
Alright, which Zeta Division
Coming soon.
is... Okay, I was about to say that Zeta Division is very
From the
low,
side, the
starting
blade
things
in.
up.
Sound barrier ready from Vindime. Hits the ground. Max saved.
Almost at the same time with Violet, so
Still
Flora
the focus
also
damage.
beams down
Way
Mag.
too much. Violet keeping the team alive. The first blade. Zess can't deliver much as 2 down for HaeJeokDan. Zeta Division still coming on top with the beat exchanged. And Violet somehow already have 15%.
Look, this is how I mean, it's not like a huge difference, but like Violet, his strength is that he's getting a lot more percentage with his ultimates quicker than Vindime. In this case, not like that much difference in the world. But now the big question is going to be whether Mag is going to get value from the Rampage. But you have all the tools in the world to deny that.
Sojourns overclocked, blocked by the wall of protection for Zeta Division. So a good trade. And the moments after is what matters the most.
The Rampage is going to be of prime importance here, but a well-placed Ice Wall from Alpha E can make the difference here, but in the end, it doesn't. Mac doesn't even need it.
Yeah, Alpha E just for the delay with the Ice Block. Gonna get closer to that 99%. A few percentages before that. 97 is where they will finish for the attack. Flora goes back to Cassidy. Alpha E does have the Blizzard, so might not want to change the hero now.
All right, so this changes things a little bit because HaeJeokDan Zest swapped into the Pharah. So now it's a little less dependent on the cooldowns, and now the sustained damage will be matched by Zest here. The question now is going to be whether Zeta Division can evade the poke of Zest and actually do a lot of damage, get closer to HaeJeokDan and do a lot more damage. The answer is going to be yes, as Zest is going to be taken down at just moments before that barrage is going to be available.
Yeah,
by like having that beat once again fast.
Second catch, and this might be it. As Yasumin has to go for it. Oh,
and
what a quick damage!
That beat is going to be there. Is Vindime going to stay long enough to get his own beat? The answer is going to be no. And Zeta Division looking very comfortable as they take Control Center.
Yeah, 100-36. Pretty dominant from early on to the end. Just one T-fight loss with just after HaeJeokDan responded with some hero changes into Sojourn, into Pharah, and immediately dealt with the Diva. Bernard just having the quick right hero change. And after that, a solid 100%. First one going to Zeta Division with that. Yeah, that's the top tier. You just don't give that much opportunity. And the time bank, yeah, with a better team comp.
Yep, exactly. I think that HaeJeokDan had a very kind of narrow win condition where they absolutely had to make a pick happen during those cooldowns, and Zeta Division, knowing that very well, just kind of controlling the tempo of the fights. And if it is a prolonged fight, there's no world where HaeJeokDan was going to win that. And now Zeta Division is a little bit more, I guess, poke-based. So Zeta Division is the ones that are looking for picks here.
Genji escapes. That was coming close. Alpha E on Pharah. Flora back on his scan. Ash.
Violet being on aggressive mode on the Kiriko.
Oh, Vindime caught by the Pharah off to the side, and this Genji nowhere to escape.
So remember about the win conditions on the ZETA division. They have to make picks happen. They're the ones that have to make the picks happen. They find a pick, and finally they are able to get onto that point. Because if HaeJeokDan is on even numbers right now, even numbers, a 5v5 on the point would probably favor HaeJeokDan, because Alpha E doesn't really have a lot of space or agency to get damage on the point unless he's unchecked, which is unlikely in this level of play. So Ash, Pharah getting a pick first means everything for ZETA division. And here's another pick.
He's been down. Prophet, no HP. Green health, keeping him alive. Getting the heals, but that's already without Lizumin. No Kiriko. Pushed all the way back for the regroup.
Yeah, ZETA division, they're trying to control this choke here, and they have Violet's Kitsune Rush to make sure that the aggression is being paid off. Zest already very low. There is that early Kitsune Rush.
Going in with the Bernard. Pharah always having that split damage. Flora with the quick dynamite. Zest has to go down. This rotation not really paying off much for HaeJeokDan, as damage already been taken too much. Brings down one with the entire team, but that is a team wipe. ZETA division already up to 57. Easy kills and no ultimates.
Yeah, so now this time it's going to be HaeJeokDan going to start things up, start the fight with the Kitsune Rush, and also the beat is going to be there for Vendime, whereas Finn only is going to have the Orbital Ray.
Oh, quick rush.
Now it has to be ZETA division that has to, I guess, survive the aggression or make the pick like that.
Prophet died on the rotation though, because this was a TP in. Yeah, with Mag off to the side. It was only forced out the Orbital Ray, but for what good? You lost one. Okay, can't retreat. Back, good catch. Yeah, with the missile on the side.
Yeah, so what this means is that yes, it's only one kill, but this is going to effectively force the overtime to run, and well, Bernard traded out is going to change things a little bit. Violet has to win this fight. He does take down Prophet.
Oh man, sound barrier wasted a little bit. Didn't catch proper, and this might be it. 100-0 is what we're looking for ZETA division. Is that one final putting out? But with the Rampage coming in, instantly taken out, and ZETA division still two-man strong up in the field. 2-0 victory on Lijiang Tower.
That was pretty quick from ZETA division, but it could have been worse because it's good plays from the side of ZETA division, because on normal circumstances, HaeJeokDan would have probably, after that late kill onto Bernard, Mag would have joined the fight a lot earlier. This means also with the beat from Vendime, they would have a lot of agency to win that fight and get that flip happen. However, Violet being on the hero mode as he just takes down Prophet on the Ashe also forces out Vendime's sound barrier, meaning that they don't even have tools for this following fight. And as soon as Bernard is back into the fray, there's no way in the world that HaeJeokDan is going to win that fight.
Oh man, that was a little too quick. 100-30 something and 100-0. HaeJeokDan, I've only seen a few seconds of members maybe attempting to, or actually stepping in for a few seconds. And most of the time, it was just attempting to go in or rotating off to the side. Really, the teamwork, the team fight always happens somewhere else, not even onto the control point. There's no chance.
Because that's really good. That's what ZETA division is really good on. Remember, they're not just in a macro sense, and also in a team fight. Excuse me.
I know you want to talk so much about ZETA division and what they're doing well, but we have to go to the break.
Okay.
And when we hit back, map number 2. It's time. Not for HaeJeokDan until now. ZETA Division taking one very solid victory 2-0. And that was quick on Lijiang Tower. But now the loser from map 1. HaeJeokDan gets to pick the map mode side. We're looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
Dorado?
Also, history lesson is that they played Runasapi and Kings Row on their match. Well, head-to-head in the round robin. Kings Row didn't really go that well, so I would kind of like maybe cross out that one in particular. Maybe something like a Flashpoint or Push would be viable. Okay, there it is. New Junk City. What this means is that probably, I don't know, maybe they want to go against the Junker Queen composition again and trying to force chaotic fights and see how that goes. But I'm not too sure about this, to be honest, because in Flashpoint, Violet can do Violet things. Of course, where is a map that Violet can't do Violet things? But still, in such chaos, I think that's kind of where Violet really shines, and he looks like he's on a really high right now. I wanted to talk about how Violet was so good early in that Lijiang Tower. They understand their win conditions so well that they're taking early fights when they have an ult disadvantage, and also when they have an ult advantage, they just press on it.
And not just press, they make it hurt. And it's not just bruises, it's bloody. And with such speed, that's the thing. HaeJeokDan, the rotation idea, okay, but because we've heard from who was it? The POTM from the first match, that with Juno, especially after Juno, the tempo of the game was a little faster. And I think ZETA Division is on a next gear level of speed against HaeJeokDan today. It's much better response. The rotation idea is there for HaeJeokDan, but if you're a little too slow, you take initial damage before the fight breaks out. So ZETA Division on full control, as we have seen from Lijiang Tower, but maybe on a Flashpoint it can be a different story. But some teams just take Flashpoint as an extra control map-ish. So it's going to be important if HaeJeokDan can actually break them into pieces of their map choice, Yujong City.
Alright, looking at the hovers right now, of course, hovers don't mean a lot because we still have about like 20-ish seconds. HaeJeokDan is still on that very, I guess, cooldown-based composition that they started with on Control Center. I'm not sure if this is necessarily the best idea because ZETA Division right now, they have a really good control of the tempo of not just the macro, but also the micro. The fights are really well managed.
See? Juno Lucio. I did. Oh, never mind. Just for the hyper ring.
Yeah, it was just the hyper ring, and then you go straight to the Kiriko. Again, HaeJeokDan's win condition is very simple. You use those cooldowns, you make a pick, or you lose. And ZETA Division is more like, hey, more sustained damage. Also, a good tool to isolate in the form of Mei, and then the damage comes in.
Yeah, this isn't looking good. Prophet Zest took way too much damage from the initial shot from Alpha and Flora. And Mag was trying to buy time as tank. And I couldn't play-by-play that because the T5 was already over.
Yeah.
After seeing those HP bars, I was actually doing the analysis part.
I mean, there's not really a lot to go.
That was how fast the game was.
It was just boom, boom, pow, and then everything just finished.
I saw Prophet and Zest, their HP down to 20. I'm like, oh, okay. And then Mag dives in. Uh-oh.
The wall's there. So.
That was the end of team fight right there. ZETA Division on control. Spots the rotation. Side comes in, isolates.
They can still do this. ZETA Division, they can do the same thing over and over again.
But still the speed. Good time? That's the power-up Lucio.
This is what they need to play for. They need to play for early picks, but in the end, Vindime is going to be punished by Alpha E over there. So in the end, it's the same thing over and over again. They need to wait for another cooldown, which ZETA Division, they don't give that opportunity so easily, and it's going to be Mag in trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have. The Commanding Shout and the Juno. The reason why we see a lot more Jungle Queen is that you just tempo up with the Commanding Shout. And also with Juno.
And also, there's not a lot of high ground to contest here. And then also, a lot of these cases, the fights go really close quarters. And that's where Jungle Queen really shines. And also, adding up to that, there's also very small, like narrow corridors where there are good rampage angles. And there's just
this is the rotation catch. As, man, whenever I see the hyper ring, because I don't know if you guys played Sonic a lot. There's a pressure to go into the ring. I just have to catch the ring, you know? That's what I mean. I just have to finish up with the crystal, the Chaos Emerald, I mean. Oh.
All right.
5 ultimates to go.
Yep, and HaeJeokDan also has some decent ultimates of their own as well, but knowing ZETA Division, it is likely that they will just pull the trigger before HaeJeokDan is ready for them. There is that hyper ring, and there is also that orbital ray, and
the rampage. They're just popping everything because they have it. But let's see the counter. 2-2. Mac, good carnage, responding well.
Well, I mean, they used everything in the arsenal. ZETA Division absolutely has to win this. HaeJeokDan.
But look, Mac is still doing some work.
So if HaeJeokDan actually managed to win this, this is going to be actually huge for them.
That's
but
with the blade?
Not looking like this is going to be
from the side. That was a good stall.
Oh, wait a second. Did I speak too soon?
Yes, I think you did. See? Mac was hiding in there somehow, some way. It costed them extra. But if you pay for tips, tax, I think your bank is empty.
Look, this is really important for HaeJeokDan is because ZETA Division, they got a little bit punished on the overextension over there. ZETA Division, they knew because they did more damage, they had the ultimate advantage, and they just used all their ultimates, and they weren't afraid to use that because as long as they win fights, they would have thought it was okay. But now, what do you have? You lost the fight, and HaeJeokDan has a beat advantage.
Yeah, this better not be Ajax. The 1-2, there it is. And they dive in. Catch up to Flora. Couldn't get away. Mag off the side. Seems like that is a spot where he feels comfortable.
Well,
no big tool. Still willing to contest 45.
Well, the longer this fight goes, the more likely that this is going to be the final fight for both teams. And Mag taken down, and well, Violet is going to be traded out over there.
It depends if Zest survives. Got the heals. Come back. Profit from the side. Lee Soo-min. Not too bad. As a draw, drag that fight. 95% for HaeJeokDan. They would love it.
It looks like definitely HaeJeokDan is going to equalize for this flashpoint. And I think it was a little bit of an overextension from ZETA Division 2 times in a row, maybe. It was calculated now because they have the ultimate advantage. But still, ZETA Division, using all 5 of their ultimates in the initial fight and not being able to close this out, that might have probably hurt their chances. But now, anyways, they elected to go for an extended fight, and although they lost their net, they will have an ult advantage here. It's a very narrow window because Lee Soo-min will be having the Kitsune Rush up soon, and also Mag will be having the Rampage as well, so it could go anyone's way, but still, ZETA Division has the tools in order for them to win.
I hear Bob. Early up. Ray from Finn. The Rampage on 3. Even with that rally, can cover all 3. Flora dead, Violet gone, and Bernard's neck to follow. Alpha E better stall this a little bit, maybe, because they have the first cap. Can't really do too much. I believe the block was used.
Yeah, multiple times on another occasion where ZETA Division were a little bit superior on the ultimates and then still failed. HaeJeokDan only using the Bob and the Rampage on this occasion, so they will be having both support ultimates up against ZETA Division only having none, and none of their support ultimates, and only just the Blizzard, which is arguably a better ultimate when they're on the defensive situation, not on an offense situation. So, again, very favorable for HaeJeokDan. Let's see if ZETA Division can make a pick. Oh, Prophet
There's a
almost
ring.
got picked over there.
Overwatch, assemble! Oh, never mind, that's gone.
All right,
the blade.
Flora taken down early, so this is even going to be a worse situation for HaeJeokDan.
Taking way too much on the way in.
Yep, and it's likely that HaeJeokDan might not even have to use any of their ultimates here. Yep, that's going to be the case, and as 83% and ticking, ZETA Division will not be able to have the contest online, and they're making whole swap changes to their composition, which is understandable because clearly what they're doing right now isn't working.
Orisa? Oh yes. Maybe you can also put a stop to the Blade if you get the perfect javelin toss.
Yeah. And currently looking like the rotations are favorable for HaeJeokDan right now. Also, they have all the tools in the world to initiate fights. ZETA Division, what they probably have to do is that they afford to lose a fight, but force HaeJeokDan to use all their ultimates. So by the next fight, they will have the ultimate advantage here.
Coming in, HaeJeokDan in the prime spot, higher angle. Some good contest. 4 ultimates ready to go, everything except for Mag.
Starting up with the Bob over there to deny space from ZETA Division. Going to be answered with the Bob of their own. Violet.
Bob down. Coming down. Bernard healed up with the Ray. And the rush. The beat comes down from Vindime. Good contest in the middle. Prophet instantly melted. Good headshot. And the damage continues to follow. ZETA Division in better control. Finally, after a lot of losses. A really good trade, just except for the Blade.
Yeah, ZETA Division, they definitely gambled for this one. HaeJeokDan, if Zest was in a good position, would have probably used the Blade and maybe would have won in that circumstance. But it was a gamble that they were definitely, I guess, willing to take, and it really paid off because remember, if they played like I said and lost this fight and just forced ultimates out of HaeJeokDan, then it would have been okay. Now they have the ultimate advantage, but the progress on the point would have been a little bit burdening for the side of ZETA Division. So good gamble on the side of ZETA Division.
Yep. The good thing is this Orisa, the switch, survived the last time, and Kentera. That's a good angle for it. Not going to use it yet. Just tossing down a little bit. Alpha E with the Tracer on the side. It takes down Lee Soo-min first. Zest Prophet also very low. Recalls Finn, gets Zest.
Ooh.
A good catch by Prophet, but
is it going to be punished for his sons?
The team is gone. The other two is being disengaging all the way back, and the ZETA Division should have the second. And we should tie up 2-2 coming down to the final flashpoint.
Yep, this is going to be really important. The first fight is going to be super important now because ZETA Division and HaeJeokDan, they have fairly even ultimates all across the board. Maybe lose them in a little bit ahead, but like, what, 2% is just like nothing for Violet. And whoever gets initial control at this point, is considering that both teams will likely use their ultimates here, might change the direction of this entire map.
No supports yet. Oh, but look at that, Flora! It's big. The headshot goes on the Vindime and
Oh, this is going to be disaster for HaeJeokDan over there.
Fallen down from the sky with the Blade. That's what HaeJeokDan wanted to get out of his rotation, and a bit of a stagger onto no HP Mag. He will run away with the commanding shot, but there's nowhere else just to drop.
This is going to hurt a lot for HaeJeokDan.
I think that might just be it.
I mean, yes,
I'm calling it early, but that's a lot of ults.
Well, HaeJeokDan has a comeback potential if Mag makes a huge rampage. Maybe that's it, but Violet also has the Suzu to counter that. But like you said, ZETA Division, they didn't even use ultimates on that fight. And remember, I said that the first fight was arguably going to be the most important one. They got it for free.
Yes, it's Jover. That's what they say. But, oh, there's a stick! Okay, good. Clean up.
Yeah, the Suzu was used,
with the rush,
but that means the Mag will be having a good opportunity for that rampage.
Mag is here. Disengage. Split it apart. Has to use the Rage. Where's the focus? Onto the diving back line. Alpha E finds one Finn.
Oh,
Prophet's down.
That's unfortunate for HaeJeokDan right now at 86%. Is there anyone going to touch this?
Mag has to have the massive, the best rampage of his lifetime. But even with that,
is there even going to be follow-up?
This entire thing, that was just a quick escape out to the side, and that is how we finished map number 2.
It's definitely got to hurt for HaeJeokDan. They were ahead early on in Flashpoint. Well, I mean, not early on, but they had a good comeback, rather. And it looked like they were on fairly even terms on that, coming into that last Flashpoint. And then Flora coming to the rescue. I mean, not to the rescue, but still coming at heroics with capes on as ZETA Division. They make their early picks happen. They won that fight without any sort of ultimate commitment. And with that advantage, they got all their ultimates that they needed to make HaeJeokDan get HaeJeokDan out of that point, and they stalled that fight long enough so that it was like 86% when that fight ended, and that was just it for ZETA Division.
Man, I called it early, even before the last flashpoint opened. But things just looked worse and worse. HaeJeokDan, they should have stomped it at third point or the fourth point.
Yep.
The longer this went, it was just getting better for ZETA, especially after the Orisa change. The moment Bernard stays after the focus, it was just done. And they had 4 ultimates to go, 1 other coming soon online. And Zets, I don't know if that was just used for hopeful thought or into a hero change, because he ended up changing into another hero after the Genji Blade. Just didn't look as crisp. I was like, let's see what happens. No, that is not going to happen if you don't have the best idea. So that is 2 down. HaeJeokDan on their last life. Can they bring it up with the perfect reverse sweep against ZETA Division? Let's kick it back to the break, and we will be back with the map 3. Two Z's. With one more Z, we might have the news title. No, never mind. ZETA Division! Trying to have the Triple Z, the ZZZ, if they can. HaeJeokDan, they certainly had some good fight in New Junk City. It wasn't perfect, especially towards the later half. Bernard with the clutch change into Orisa, surviving all that with the 45, and Mag just keeping up with the jungle game because it was the comp that they have prepared. But in the game, you just need to improvise, and that sometimes brings a win.
Yep, and looking at HaeJeokDan right now, I'm not really... There's no easy answer for, I guess, drafting a win plan against Zeta Division right now. Maybe one of these theories is that, hey, okay, never mind, it's going to be Circuit Royale. I was about to say that, hey, if you're getting comp diff right now with Bernard on the fray, why not try to force a Winston matchup and then have Heesung in? I'm not saying that Heesung is a bad player, but still, Mac is generally considered a very good Winston player. So why not try to go strength to strength and just force a Winston matchup? But it is going to be Circuit Royale, so likely we would expect something like the Ramatra or the Sigma, maybe even some sort of I don't know, maybe Widows in play.
You're caught on camera. That's Changshik, that's the Korean commentator. Sorry to cut you off there, but I think that's what we were expecting from the tank lineup. Mag, Bernard, the two, I think we have to raise our hand for Bernard today. It's not that Mag is doing bad. It's Bernard just reacting a little faster. And Mag has a lot more to cover as the only tank for the team. I think it's been hurting HaeJeokDan a little bit because of the synergy. Not really like an anti-synergy, but less of a synergy compared to Bernard, what he's able to bring for Zeta Division today, as that Earthquake cheerful, saying, yeah,
let's go HaeJeokDan.
Yeah, let's go HaeJeokDan. Let's go the Pirate! Pirate! Let's bring a few. You should be able to steal some maps off of Zeta Division. That's exactly what Pirates do.
Yeah, and you should also rule the seas, currently not being able to keep up with the, I guess, what may be a tsunami for Zeta in the form of Zeta Division right now. They are coming with force and fury.
Yes, HaeJeokDan needs some Devil's Fruit in order to win against Zeta Division today. Can they get those fruits out? And Circuit Royale can be the last match. Last map, I should say. Zeta Division on the match point. HaeJeokDan chose to attack first. And are we still keeping up with the Junker Queen?
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I'm not very confident to say that Junker Queen by any means is good against the Ramatra. Wait until Finn plays that.
Oh,
but I mean, you only.
Thanks for the concert, though.
Any tips?
Appreciate it. Me? I don't play piano.
No. Tips for Prophet.
Oh, I don't bring cash anymore. It's just PayPal.
Anyways, Prophet wanted to get a shot off, but didn't get a good line of sight. Is going to get to the Ash. So I guess the idea is kind of like similar. Get close, really close. Wall a single target, divide and conquer. Pretty much the same idea of Zeta Division, except that it's going to be Ramatra.
Yeah, look, Mag taking way too much damage again. Not like Ramatra, not like Orisa. You have a lot of offensive power with the Jungle Queen, but it is just not the same. A straight line, focus damage, it's so much easier on this map. So HaeJeokDan going to switch, like it, tried it once, didn't work. Now here we go, Prophet, Widow time. Okay, let's see the hooks.
If Prophet can make a kill, that's going to be huge for HaeJeokDan in a sense that they can get a free push going on.
Nice one from Zest. Oh, that shot!
They shot.
Oh
my goodness!
That's an opening. That should be an opening.
That is the biggest opening you can possibly ask from your Widowmaker, and with a two-man advantage, if HaeJeokDan doesn't, well, if HaeJeokDan can't make this teamfight win happen, I would allow Prophet to kick everyone on the side of HaeJeokDan. Maybe that is going to be the case right now.
What's happening? Okay, Bernard down. So that should be, after the ice block, should be stabilizing for an extra push for HaeJeokDan. But they did lose some time off of this. But at least they start their push, and Flora back on that Sojourn now.
Well, the thing is, right now the delay is really, I guess, meaningful in a sense that Zeta Division will be having their ultimates online earlier. especially the Annihilation, which is really good in defensive situations where they have to come to you to contest the point. And, well, the disengage might be there, but still, that's also going to burn a lot of time there. Is that early Annihilation?
Quick pop, Bernard. Wants to hold it right here at the corner. Lee Soo-min down, second one to follow. Mag, though, wanted to have his own moment. Didn't follow as the same compared to Bernard, who's down. Violet had to use the rally. Some shots being shot across.
Once again, it is up to Prophet to make a pick. The corner, getting through that corner without a pick is going to be very painful.
Oh, Vision comes in.
All right.
Not really hooking.
And there's not a lot of good angles unless the hook shot is going to be there. And then ZETA Division, now is their chance to push HaeJeokDan back from that corner over there. HaeJeokDan forced to disengage, and when you're on the back foot against Flora, you always have to be careful of your head. And Mag, okay.
Disruptor, inside, isolate. Good damage from Flora. That was exactly when to push. Duke, did you see the speed? ZETA with the Ray, slowly moving with the Ray together, and only when they have the chance, slides in.
Yeah, I think that's really good coordination from the side of ZETA Division as well, and also good understanding of their win conditions. They backed up.
Oh, 35 seconds? What?
Yeah, this is how it is. Early stall in the earlier points was, yes, HaeJeokDan won the fight in the end, but they burned a lot of time over there. So HaeJeokDan, they have to use everything that they have right now.
Big overclock. Flora pushing them back. Railguns. Less than 20 seconds left. Now, after that wears off, Bernard on top. And they have the barrier.
Alpha E just in a cheeky angle looking for a very sneaky
Blizzard off to the side.
The Blizzard is
so
there!
Many! It forces off the barrier. Zest his own Blizzard.
Oh, that Lee Soo-min Suzu was so clutch. It might have been a lot worse for the side of HaeJeokDan over there. Overtime is sticking right now. Mag is looking for some kills over there with that Annihilation, but it is going to be taken out from the Diva Bomb over there. We're seeing a lot of Diva Bomb kills recently this week.
That should do it. ZETA Division with the rally and the last kill picked up. Only 85 meters. A full hold basically before that first point. Only 0 point for HaeJeokDan now. They have to have near perfect, flawless defense.
Yeah, they probably have to replicate what ZETA Division did to them. Go all the way to the first corner and defense starting from there. Because I think this is one of the reasons why the meta swapped from the Sigma to the Ramatra-ish. This was a really good series of shots from Prophet, but I mean, I wouldn't say it came a little bit too late, but in the end, it really didn't influence, because even after those 2 kills, ZETA Division stalled almost like 20 to 30 seconds over there.
Oh, yes. Unknown. Don't blink. This might end real quick.
Yep.
There's a chance where ZETA just come out with some maybe Widow of their own. Might not even need it.
Oh, there's my favorite piano player.
Let's listen. Everyone gathered up.
He got a little
that's not
rusty.
music.
No, he got a little rusty. All right, he was getting busy playing Overwatch.
Look how focused he is on the camera.
He doesn't even care if it's like 5 seconds into it. But
he's like, "Oh, guys, it's time to play." Okay.
But the important thing is that HaeJeokDan has to defend from the first corner now, and also ZETA Division has the luxury of being able to make early swaps after they see what HaeJeokDan is running. The HaeJeokDan starting with the Jungle Queen composition. Why not? ZETA Division, I mean, we know how to beat this, and we just brought up the composition that just beat them.
Oh, cheeky Zest. Back positioning. Will help them little. The ice wall. Mac backs off. Taking some damage with Lee Soo-min.
They have to back off, but the important thing is that they have to concede this corner without...
Yeah, that was what the ice wall was for. I was wondering why that was placed right there in the middle. 2 down, HaeJeokDan breaking apart, losing places.
This is not looking good at all for HaeJeokDan right now. They had, like, looking at the time bank, they had to just at least force ZETA Division to spend at least 30 seconds to 1 minute on that first corner. They failed. Now they're probably just going to have one more chance of stopping this push because remember, Zeta Division, they don't even have to fully cap point A.
From up top. Oh, but this payload is on the turbo mode, just meters away. Oh, that was so close. 0.76. I thought it was going. Wait, it went in. What? What? Just the biggest C9999 just happened.
Oh my!
I told you not to blink, but this wasn't supposed to end like this.
That was not on my bingo card.
No! What a moment!
Oh, that must have felt
I was so sure someone was there.
Not like this. Like, so, I guess the thing was that everyone was backstepping so hard that, yes...
Everyone was alive.
Everyone was alive, yes. They also probably knew that they had to contest the point.
They had so much time to come down.
But then... but also then, they were being pressured. They were being pressured by Zeta Division, so like, okay, I need to keep myself alive. I need to back up a little bit. Everyone.
No, there's pressure, but you need to touch the payload. That's what this mode is for.
I agree with you, G-Clef. I agree with you. I'm not arguing against
Nothing happened, and then the game was so. And then there was a slight contest with 0.76, right? And then I guess someone just got off.
I have no idea.
I don't know what happened. It was clearly 10 alive, the payload.
So, not like this. HaeJeokDan, just kind of like, that's not how you want to end your season.
No, certainly not. Oh, and the player of the match, Bernard.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. I think his tank, the switches, and how he was able to keep some things alive. I know the fans might have wanted to see a longer match coming down from HaeJeokDan, maybe a sweep incoming, even against Zeta Division, but it is what it is. If you can't focus and get closer to the payload sometimes, the game just ends like that.
Yeah, and not even just about the C9. That was I'll have time to talk about that later, but still, just in the entire series, Bernard looked like the better tank. Of course, Mag, a good tank in his own right, but still Bernard outclassing him on this day, especially on his tank picks, like you said, like the Ramatra, the Diva was all on point, and as a team, he knew his place on the team and what he needed to do in order to contribute to the team's win condition.
That's the perfect player on the team. I wish you get to see the final moment. The very last. Okay, here we go. Guys, look. Don't blink. Oh, the ice wall. Oh, and Mag stepped out, and Mag and the other member stepped out just for a split second. Oh, what a wall. Okay, we have the interview. Quest, take it away. I need a breather.
We are here with the final POTM interview of the day. And of course, G-Clef will be able to take that breather with this interview. And of course, we have the man of the hour on stage, Bernard, representing Zeta Division.
네, 베르나 선수 반갑습니다. 자, 엄청나게 빨리 경기가 끝났어요.
It was a very quick 3-0 victory.
단숨에 잡아내면서 오늘 승리를 거머쥐셨는데요. 자, 이제 결승에 한 단계 더.
So of course, their journey continues, and we're one step closer to becoming champions. So how do you feel about the victory? We had a strong urge for victory because it was a very important one. And of course, recently our performance wasn't that good. So we went into the mindset with putting on a better performance.
오늘 하루였습니다. 자, 리장타와 빠르게 승리를 거머쥐셨는데 오늘 전반적으로 게임 흐름이 어땠는지도 듣고
So can you tell us about the overall momentum of the game?
오늘 그냥 저희가 준비해서 하려고 했던 것들이 다 잘 됐던 것 같고요.
I think our game plan just went the way that we anticipated. And of course, there were some flaws in here and there. But despite so, I think our game plan worked. Of course, we have to talk about New Junk City. From Mei Queen to Tracer Orsa, you guys changed the team comp. So what's the game plan behind it?
이거 그냥 이거 한번 하자.
Violet just said, "Hey, let's just play. Let's just try Tracer Orisa." And you know, we can't just let things go like this. So the hero swap worked in our favor.
동파 민기의 그런 입김에는 다 이유가 있었군요.
네.
네, 이렇게 팀원들끼리도 호흡 좋게 맞춰가는 모습이 정말 보기 좋습니다. 자, 오늘 또 서킬로의 맥을 못 죽이고 패배하는 모습이 비춰졌던 해적단이었어요. 그만큼 제타의 강력함을 엿볼 수도
Circuit
있거든요.
Royale,
오늘 서킬 로얄 어떻게 이렇게 일찍 끝난 것 같나요?
what happened
일단 상대가
exactly
2세트 끝나고
on Circuit Royale?
때 저희는 아무래도 저희가 잘하는 맵이라고 생각해서 자신감도 굉장히 있었고
We had a lot of confidence coming into Circuit Royale
저희들끼리 정리가 된
because
상황이었어서 걱정 없이 그냥
we
경기에
you know,
임했던
we
것
had a
같습니다.
game plan that worked and we were confident in
자, 오늘
Circuit
이
Royale.
걱정 없는
So
경기를 가능하게 했던 선수는
we were
바로
very
베르나르
confident
선수가
in the
아닐까
map.
싶습니다. 오늘 POTM을 받으셨는데요. 자, 미친 사륙, 미친 죽창을 보여주면서
from crazy rampages to crazy spears,
라는 생각이 들더라고요. 자,
Bernard,
오늘
you put on
어떤 점을
one hell of a
중점적으로
performance.
플레이했을까요?
So can you talk to us about your performance?
지금 메타 탱커가 조금 이렇게 팀원들이랑 좀 호흡을 좀
The
잘
current
맞춰야
meta
되고 혼자 뭔가 하려고
requires a lot of teamwork, a lot of team
팀적으로 많이
synergy,
움직여야 되는 것
and you
같아서
can't really do
그
things on
부분에
your own.
조금 중점을 두고 했던 것 같습니다.
So I think that was the focal
말안
point.
듣는 팀원이 있나요?
So is there a teammate that doesn't listen to the in-game call?
오히려 너무 다 말이 많아서 좀 산으로 갈 때가 있는 것 같습니다.
No, but there's too much talk in the in-game calls. So sometimes our game plan doesn't go the way that we want to.
쓰기 좋은 영웅 뭐가 있을까요?
요즘 쓰기 좋은 영웅.
What's the
탱커
hero
중에는 아무래도
that's
핀이
in terms of
제일
tank
좋은
in
것
terms of
같고요.
tank heroes? What's
힐러는 준호? 준호가 좋은
what are
것
some
같습니다.
heroes that are viable?
자, 베르나르가
And he says in
선수가
terms of tank, I think it's Junker
말하는
Queen,
친구와
and
준호
on
한번
support, I
맛보시기
think it would
바랍니다.
have to be
자,
Juno.
이렇게 오늘 승리팀 제타 디비전의 베르나르 선수 만나봤는데요. 마지막으로 팬분들께도 한
And
말씀
lastly, please say a few words to the fans.
일단 오늘 저희가 이기긴 했지만 조금
We did win today,
최근에는 조금 저희가
but
부진하고
recently
있는 모습을 보이는
our
것
performance
같아서
was
걱정하실 텐데 앞으로는 더
poor.
잘해서 걱정하지 않도록
So
잘 준비하도록 하겠습니다.
we'll make sure to prepare so that you guys don't have to
네,
worry. And
팬분들
thank you so much for the
걱정
support.
매셔라라고 말씀을 해주신 베르나르 선수였습니다. 승리 다시 한번 축하드립니다.
Congratulations on the victory. And that is the POTM interview of the day. To close us off, I'm going to send it back to Chico from the known.
Thank you, Quest, for the translations. And that is it from the stage. Just 2 matches tonight, not a triple, because that's how it works. And the next day, because we only have 2 matches, and the 2 matches, we have to divide that by 3, right?
Yeah.
So Team Falcons 3-1. Fnatic fought back, but indeed Falcons staying alive. ZETA Division quick 3-0 stomp against HaeJeokDan. So we say goodbye to our LCQ survival teams. So okay, Raccoon's already made their choice.
All right.
This is the final, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So Crazy Raccoon, they're giving us with entertainment as they are going to pick Team Falcons. I don't know their reasoning, but
me neither.
But it might be this. Let me just kind of theorycraft here. They are confident enough to be Team Falcons. They want to send them to
the losers.
And they want Team Falcons to go to the wild card. They don't want to be on the same line over there in the finals with them. They don't want to meet Team Falcons in the finals because in a in a first to 4, they don't know what they might be cooking.
Just saying, compared to ZETA, Falcons, you guys look weaker. Come fight against us tomorrow.
Also, maybe another theory, alternative theory, is that ZETA Division kind of was competitive against Crazy Raccoon. And maybe they think that ZETA Division, especially now that they got that positive momentum going on, they might pose a threat to Crazy Raccoon. So maybe it could be anything.
Yeah. Boom. But tomorrow, we actually have a triple. We have the semifinal match 1-2, and also the 3rd place match happening right after. So on the final day, we just have first to 4, 1 match between the winners of our match 1 and 2 tomorrow. So make sure to mark your calendars for that big date. It's the 15th in the Eastern times, and it's likely going to be early 15th or 14th depending on where you are for the Western times. But semifinals match, very important. Falcons, they want the revenge on the Raccoons. They have not got a win since the later stage of Stage 1, I believe. So it's been about 6 months in multiple different big stage, small stages.
Yeah, so especially maybe since EWC, I think that they haven't been able to beat.
I think they got one match in the major last time.
Yes, on the Dallas major, Team Falcons sent Crazy Raccoon to the lower bracket.
Yes.
But Crazy Raccoon made the entire run and got them back in the finals. They won the finals and became eventual champions. So official record is probably going to be that Team Falcons has never won an entire series against Crazy Raccoon ever since the
majors, right?
Yeah, Dallas major.
I think so. And ever since then, and it's been some time, at least 3 months, and lots of matches in many different international stages. And that will be a heck of a revenge if the Falcons are able to bring them down to the lower.
Yeah,
that will be one of the most insane story after losing all these matches.
I think Team Falcons is kind of bleeding pride right now because they probably didn't see Crazy Raccoon choosing them. Like,
yeah, even one map off of Fnatic, I think that wasn't really what they wanted from tonight's match, but it is what it is. They just have to prepare, but less than 24 hours to prepare for that matchup.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
And look, 3-1, to be honest, didn't really justify Fnatic's performance against Team Falcons. I've been talking very critical of Team Fnatic, but they had multiple chances. It was, if in an alternative universe, Team Falcons might have lost that match.
Yeah.
Because in Runasapi, and on the last map as well, there was a world that Fnatic might have won, and that might seem as a weakness for Team Falcons.
Yeah, but Robot responding to what you just said, we live in one world, not alternative world. And yeah, that is it for today. Just 2 matches, and Crazy Raccoon didn't 3-0 everyone. They had maps down in the seeding matches. It was the big moment, but the thing is, Crazy Raccoon, they still seem kind of unstoppable.
Yep.
Against anyone else, not just from Korea, from any other region. But we never know what happens in the further major that we'll have. But just talking in theory, they're crafting a little bit. Crazy Raccoon seems to be the best. Falcons, if they played like today, maybe tomorrow's not going to be exactly what they wanted. I think they have to step up their game a lot. 100% on call, 100% with the teamwork. Then I think they can stay on par against the Raccoons tomorrow.
Yeah, looking right now tomorrow, just making like vague predictions. Crazy Raccoon should be favorites for the match against Team Falcons. It's going to be ZETA Division versus Pokerface. That's going to be the more interesting one, to be honest. These teams, I think, they want 3-2 every time. They went against each other in the round robin. It was ZETA Division who won 3-2. In the seeding decider, it was Pokerface who won 3-2. So now this is probably going to be the ultimate chance to settle the score. And what a better stage to kind of settle that score on rather than a semifinal.
So let's make a prediction. Who do you think is going to go up to the final?
I would carefully say that it is going to be the Tokyo Derby with ZETA Division and Crazy Raccoon going to the finals.
I think so too, but heck, why not Pokerface? Pokerface versus Raccoon. Pokerface looked really good after the patch last week.
Yeah.
Heck, why not? I think the second match should be a banger. 2-3 Pokerface. That's my prediction. Since I'm not casting tomorrow, I will be watching 100%. It's going to be really, really fun. And also the third place match happening right after. I think that will be also really cool. And it's been really nice weeks of Korea, Japan, Pacific.
exactly.
But things are getting down to the last wire. And down to the 4 teams from 8. And I think we're sending more teams home tomorrow. Very exciting day. Although it did turn out to be a really quick stomp 3-0. Again, great cast. Great to be casting with you, Unknown.
Thank you.
I think it's time
Same
for
here.
the closing, but I don't want to just because we are very early into the night. And Juno, has been popping up so much from Korea. I think we can just continue this action. But that's going to do it. G-Clef here, Unknown. Thanks for an awesome day again. Crazy Raccoon, Poker Face, Falcons, and ZETA Division. Still 4 teams left in Korea, but only 2 will be staying alive until the finals at the end of tomorrow. So continue to watch Korea. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time.